Alright, start
Dude,
recording.
I love Jack the Ripper.
In
Jack
Fate Go,
the
she's a
Ripper, your
lolly.
mom.
So.
Alright.
Yeah, she's fucking amazing. What about it?
And so
I don't know. I felt like it was important detail.
we begin.
Very.
We are once again back in Narfell, in the south side of the port. Gaba, I believe it was Gaba and Tempid are off to adhere to Lon's divine request, who has now have been revealed to be the Collector. Meanwhile, Cramer and Stellis have investigated the docks, and, for the most part, found nothing. And so we begin.
Oh shoot! I actually
Someone's
gotta
typing in general. I'm going to rip your throat out.
I gotta prep.
Remove their urethra.
I'm gonna.
You had time to prep.
I
Why
meant
are you
I gotta
prepping
pull
now?
up my sheet. It's gonna take me like 5 seconds.
Okay.
Okay.
Then.
So.
I
I'm
was
going
like,
to
oh
keep this-
god, I gotta do stuff. That's wild.
So, as we left off with Stellis and Cramer doing their thing, I see it as best to start with Tempid and Gaba.
Sounds
There's
right.
a song I must grab. One moment, please.
I'm really scared it's gonna be like something really goofy, and I'm gonna have to try not to laugh.
It's probably just gonna be the freaking bar theme or tavern theme, whatever you want to call it.
It just boots up into.
And then it's just a tavern brawl. It turns into a whole brawl.
That's nice.
It really is Dimitri. Oh my god.
Right. And begin. So, Tempid and Gaba. As you enter the tavern, you notice that it will seem almost entirely empty. The desert elf from before is gone, and now Ignoria sits lonesome behind the counter.
Oh,
She greets
God.
you as you walks in, and gives a nod to you as she knows why you're here.
So can we get the double cheese?
Wait,
However,
she knows that we're here.
She knows
Why
why
we're
you're
here?
here.
No, I was like, she knows why we're here.
Yeah.
Hmm.
before you go into the back room, she'll catch you by the arm, and she will tell you, Next time you go through someone's things, I recommend you ask first. Also, if you could, get that tiefling friend of yours to return my items. And she'll let you go.
Shoot, what
Wait,
of hers did I take?
Before.
Oh wait, I took the holy water, didn't I?
No, I know exactly what it is. It's this dice, I think. Didn't you have some dice that you found?
You gave the
No,
dice
no.
back to the collector, aka
you got it.
Lon.
Yeah, never mind.
Mhm.
So I guess I can just ask her. And what items would those
You cut out.
Yeah,
be?
you cut
Just
out.
to be safe. I'm cutting out. Why is my thing cutting? Give me 1 second.
I don't know.
Time to remember to collect, Lee darling. It was a couple bottles of holy water and a sheet detailing a certain ritual. I would also like you to not go about spreading my information. I have a business to run here, and such a secret will require lengthy procedures to fix. And she will flash a not-so-friendly smile.
Tempid just gonna like awkwardly salute and go, yes, ma'am.
And
So Stellis is screwed, is what I'm gathering from this.
I'm just kind of smiling, like, yeah.
Why do I hear boss music? Let's go pull up the
I haven't
sheet.
DM'd in a second. Alright, and you enter the lower level. As you walk past the rooms, you will notice that almost every room is completely barren and empty. Where there were once items and various things thrown around, nothing essentially remains. The lower decks are barren. And I gotta go grab something. One moment, please. Did I not
I'm
put
not
the lower
okay.
decks area?
Dude, you're huge.
As you reach the end of the hallway, you are able to tell that it appears to be made of solid stone. Though, this is where you were intended to meet. there doesn't seem to be anything that you can concern from a glance.
This is a bit weird, eh? Spider legs.
Yeah. Do you remember exactly which way we went last time?
I thought there was a room to our right, wasn't there?
From what I remember, yeah. Suppose we can't, like, break down the wall from what she just said.
Well, seeing that lady and how this place kind of works, I'd rather not touch too much. Let's just find the way back to the dawn.
What do you want to do? I mean, well, you can't exactly go back to the dawn right now. I have some business back here.
Alrighty, pal. But something doesn't feel right.
Yeah, I agree with you there.
And then my goblin self starts looking for a way back to the down area.
As you as you go into as you travel back down the solemn corridor of the lower deck, and you go to leave, you notice that there is a door to the exit now, rather than just an open entrance. Additionally, when you try and open the door, it doesn't open.
Well, this sucks.
Guess God doesn't want you leaving. Sad.
So we're trapped, essentially.
You're downstairs. Minus
Wait.
1 RP.
I thought you said we came to the whatever.
Would you like to investigate the stone wall?
It's been a while. Give me some.
Yeah, I'll openly admit it has been a while. Even I'm off my game. I'm making a lot of
It's more like it's
DM
been a while
mistakes.
since we've been down here, so.
I'm off my DM game.
Mm.
There, you do notice that there is something suspicious about the wall, but you can't quite place your hand on it at first glance.
Can we?
So why don't you place your hand on it physically?
Can we just try to see if we can notice something? Like just give an actual good scan around the room.
Would you like to do an investigation check?
Yeah, that'd probably be better.
Yeah.
That
You can ask me for a check or a roll at any time.
Yeah.
Especially
what
if you're in
investigation
stuff like
or perception to notice something stupid?
investigation
Probably.
or an arcana check.
All right, I'll do an investigation check then.
He
Investigation.
rolls a 19.
Yeah, I think that's perfect.
A check, arcana check.
Ooh.
Wow.
No, yep.
The wall is made of wall.
do be
Roll
made
an
of
arcana
wall.
check. Oh wait, do we need an arcana check as well? Because I can do that. Or is it an or kind of thing?
No. This will allow you to get the information you need. Alright. As you investigate the wall and you place your hand onto it in various places, you are able to tell that this wall is most likely false, as it is much more hollow and thin than the other walls around you. Additionally, many of the bricks that are laid within the wall seem to push in, and as you notice more and more, they seem to be in the shape of a 9-pointed star.
Ah.
So, have you figured this thing out, buddy? Because all I see is a wall.
Well, Gaba, I think we found our room.
What are we supposed to do then? Are we gonna? Do we have to knock on the wall or something? Do we gotta say we need the double cheese? What's happening?
Actually, calling back. The bricks are in a 9-pointed star. You said.
Mm-hmm.
I think I remember the ends of the stars being for something.
Oh,
Give me-
wait, yeah.
Give me 1 second, actually.
Wasn't that somewhere else? Wasn't that the thing in Ignoria's? Wasn't that a 9-pointed star?
Was there?
There was something. It was a some-pointed star. I don't think I took notes on that part, though, so,
Sadga.
Sorry about that.
I didn't think it would come up again.
everything
Yeah,
comes up again.
Wait, what did he say?
Okay, I'm pretty sure that star. Wait, there was also the 9-pointed star in Agnoria's altar.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to point out, that I might have to do something with the actual star. Actually, can I push
Unfortunately,
in the bricks then? The individual like points.
You can.
They do anything?
They seem to be buttons of sorts. After pushing one down, one will click into place, but after 9 of them have been pressed, they will seem to all pop back up.
Oh my god, is this a freaking password puzzle?
Hmm.
Okay,
Well-
hey.
Well,
Is there
Gaba,
anything-
I think we figured it out. Like, actually, the puzzle now. So, they seem to be buttons of sort.
Yeah?
Mhm.
Huh. Are we just they're pushing buttons?
From the looks of it, yeah, but we really don't know the password. Should we try to look around a little more, see if we can find it?
Okay. Just hold on. Is there anything that could be of religious significance with it? With the order, potentially?
Well, I
That's-
mean, 9 is generally considered a fairly
I know, but
religious-
if there's some order that they should be pressed in. I don't know, that's just what I was thinking of.
There is a specific order.
Yeah. Hmm. God
I
dang
hate
it.
that I can't draw straight lines, man.
Are you drawing out the order?
Yeah, I'm drawing out the star to give a more visual representation of it.
Alright, if from the top, going clockwise is the numbers, can I push 1, 4...
Hold on, I'm doing
No, I can't do that. That doesn't work like that.
it. You can just press them in random order, but specific
No, like,
thing.
I meant, like, that's not how my plan was gonna work.
Okay.
So I need to...
mean,
Look, all I'm hoping here is that a giant boulder doesn't come out of the ceiling.
Hold on.
I would recommend against individual random combinations because there are 362,000 of them. So
But what if I
feel like
did
guessing isn't going to be very
Fucking
good idea.
nerd.
1, 5, 9... No, that's just... I was gonna say, like, just draw a star.
Oh, I'm
That's
getting...
actually not a bad idea.
Yeah, so it would be 1, 5, 9, 4, 8, 8, 3, 7, 2, 6.
One moment, please. I'm drawing a star. 2, 3.
James, why don't you just get a picture here,
Can you
I'm
just write
going-
that out?
No,
Nathan?
it has to be specific.
just like this,
Silence.
right? That's what you're looking for.
Yeah, that's way better than what I was drawing. Here, I'll just upload it for memes. It's beautiful.
Yeah, that wouldn't have worked. If you were gonna go for something like that, you want to make triangles, like
Shut up, shut
so.
up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up, shut up. I'm saving the image and I'm gonna put numbers on it. Fuck you. Stop posting stars now!
Okay, out of curiosity, can you just tell Nathan if you figured it out before?
No. Oh,
Also,
figured out
Nathan,
what? Figured
that
out what?
second one. The combination.
Oh, he
If
didn't
it's-
get it.
Okay.
6, then 9. That is all.
No.
That was a joke.
Okay. He said it was a false wall. You probably could brute force it. But I don't want to know how Ignoria is going to react to you breaking down a wall in her tavern.
Isn't the place made from like her?
This
Yeah.
wall, due to your high inspection check, does not seem to have any... Actually, no, wait, give me an Arcana.
An Arcana.
I'm
check.
going for it.
What's your
High
Arcana like?
rolls.
High roller!
Yeah, yeah.
Alright.
There's no need for me to roll. I'm gonna roll anyways, though.
High rolls. High rolls.
Sure.
High rolls.
Alright, you are not able to, as you could not before, the walls don't seem to be made of magic, however, this is, your Arcana check is able that these walls do not seem to be living in any way, shape, or form.
From that jump bullet mess, I do think I understand that. So it is technically just a false wall.
It's a
Yeah.
mechanism.
Not even technically. It's a mech.
It's a mechanism.
It's a mech. I want to ride on it. I'm gonna ride on the big Gundam.
Yeah. While breaking it would probably be possible, I feel like you probably don't want to break a wall that's in front of you due to a godly trial.
Yeah, this doesn't seem like a good idea to break it down. So there's got to be some kind of password on the walls. Maybe something
James.
scribbled.
James,
Howdy.
can you give me the layout of the room again?
The layout of the room, there are, on each side of the... It's essentially just a long corridor leading into the stone wall, and on each side of the room, there are 4 rooms, for a total of 8. However, all of the rooms appear to be barren and empty.
Can you check the doors above the other rooms?
Sure.
What do you mean above the other rooms?
I meant what's above the doors of the other rooms, Matt.
Yeah,
There could be numbers there. I don't know.
actually, James,
Howdy.
I'm fixing the wall, right?
Yep.
I want to check the first room on my left, please.
As you check inside of it, or just generally look at it?
Inside.
Right. As you look inside, you see that it is a fairly standard room. There is a cabinet, a bed, a dresser to the far right, and a vanity stand with a basic mirror. But for the most part, it seems fairly standard. Opening the drawers will lead you to not find anything, as there's nothing in them.
In each room, if I checked all of them?
Yep.
Can I check the first room and, like, really check? I want to see if there's, like, any, like, things that just happens to be just out of order.
Yeah. Roll for me an investigation.
Come on. Big rolls. Big rolls.
High roller.
17.
Not bad. I roll. It's probably not
17.
sufficient, I don't think.
Man, you're high rolling now, but when we get into combat, you're gonna get every bone in your body broken again.
Yo, watch.
Dead.
Watch. This is a roll for in combat.
Nice.
That's not bad.
Not bad.
Insufficient.
missed, but-
You fail the
But if I-
clash, you instantly die.
But if I were to
I
roll,
clashed
I
the
don't
room.
know, for my accuracy, if I were to roll accuracy,
No, roll a clash. Roll me a clash the room.
Clash the room.
what's the roll for it? What is it going to be, strength?
I don't know.
All right, I'm doing a strength roll against the room.
Nice.
It's only combat rolls.
Okay,
16 versus
Good
my
job.
17?
No,
There's no clash.
that's just memes. That's just memes.
Make a
Stop.
martial check against the room.
Martial check.
That's effectively what investigation check is,
Martial
isn't it?
check. Martial check on the room.
Wow, you revealed that it's a room. However, under the bed, you are able to see spotty bits of flesh and blood that have seemed to be left behind by something. However, as soon as you look at them, they are sucked beneath the floor as if devoured.
So
Agnoria.
Agnoria's been at work here then.
Oh, Agnoria.
Did you check?
How could
Did you
we
check
ever...
in the drawers?
Additionally, after seeing this, you begin to notice something about all the furniture in the room. It seems to be incredibly slick, as if it has been cleaned by something that is not fairly normal. Though I
Hey,
will
yeah,
say this,
Spider-Leg.
not to lead you on a wild goose chase, that is unrelated to the puzzle.
I didn't think so. I think that was more just an Agnoria thing.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Agnoria business.
Yeah, Gaba, what's up?
Yeah, you find anything yet?
I mean, well, I found something. I don't think it relates to this at all. I think this is more one of those things that Agnoria said, we shouldn't be snooping around for.
I see.
So, I'm gonna go ahead and stop. I don't want to get eaten or
Here's
anything
a
of the sort.
suggestion. Could you check if anything's a little bit different from room to room? Maybe.
That's what I asked James at first.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
He said
I thought
he said they looked the same.
I thought you were just okay.
No, he said they are like the same. So that's what I was looking for, to see if there was something shifted so I could try to find a puzzle. Okay, so each room's the same, correct? I don't feel like checking the drawers just yet.
Hey, can I... I'm gonna check the door frame over here.
Actually,
My mom
Actually-
always kept her keys at the doorframe.
1 second. Hey, Gaba.
Yeah?
Can you go into this first room on the left and just stay in there for a sec?
Sure thing, pal.
I'll be right back.
I step into the room to the left.
You
James,
guys
I wanna go
better not
upstairs
get
real
eaten
quick.
by Ignoria.
As you go upstairs, you notice the same thing Gaba did. The room that you came from is now locked. There's a door in place where there was not before.
So, we can't go back upstairs, is what you're saying.
I mean, you can go behind the upstairs room. So essentially, it's the tavern, and then behind the bar is like a doorway, and then it's like one room that splits into two, which to down and to the right, basically down the steps, is the room that you guys are in, the lower deck, and then to the right, no wait, to the left, sorry, is the sewer room with all the cool stuff in it.
Okay.
Can I can I talk to Ignoria real quick?
You can knock on the door.
I'm gonna knock on it.
Well, Nathan does
As you
that.
knock on
I
the
pull
door,
it-
Ignoria will call back. Apologies. Normally, I do not follow under the orders of those who are not liable, but I must make a special exception this time as I have struck a deal. You have my apologies. You have my apologies.
Understandable.
Yeah, I understand. We just locked me in the basement with a flesh-eating creature. Yeah, that's fine.
No, Tempid's
Smile.
pissed.
Then
Uh,
role play your character.
No.
But
he's
what
just-
is he gonna
no.
do? What
I
is he
think-
gonna do?
Yeah, what can he
Report to
do? He's
Nathan.
just like, understandable. He's just like, ah. And his-
Throw a tantrum.
What's he gonna do? Stab the door?
I clash the door.
I clash the door right up the middle. Ah!
Alright, hold on. Hold on. Give me a sec. So this is for Sout, right? What is he the god of again?
Consequences.
Sout is the god of pacts, promises, abominations, and creation, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Mm-mm.
She probably definitely struck a deal with.
I was
one
just
of-
gonna say, if it was something to do with strength or destruction, maybe he wouldn't mind you breaking the door down or the wall down. But
Wait a minute.
yeah, that probably isn't gonna work.
He's the god of creation. Is there something we need to create, or what's happening?
That might be unrelated. Who knows?
I'm gonna go back downstairs.
Go back
Yeah.
downstairs. Which downstairs? There's two.
Wait, what?
The one with the puzzle, I'm assuming, right?
There's the
Yeah.
puzzle
Yeah.
room, and then there's the one with the star ritual.
Oh wait, can I? Before I do that, can I actually knock on the door one more time and ask Ignoria if it's okay to go into the star room?
You have my permission.
Alrighty then. I'm gonna go into the star room and investigate again. I want to see if I can notice anything.
All right, one moment, please, as I'm typing some stuff
Damn
up.
it!
Man, this is quite
You're
the
not
nice room.
insta-dying. I apologize.
No.
I'm just typing some stuff up.
No, Jalen, you have that stupid paper, don't you?
Yeah, but I don't think it showed anything helpful.
What does it
did
say on it? Is it just the explanation of the thing?
I think so. Would Tempid be able to remember that, maybe?
High end.
You can roll for it.
I was gonna say you might have to roll for it, but
What is it? What would it be?
Probably just straight
And-
up intelligence.
It would be like recollection, which is intelligence.
So it would just be an intelligence roll.
Yep.
All right, here I'll roll for that.
roll nat one.
I'm still in the room.
Please don't.
Roll nat one and
Nat
forget
one.
everything.
Nat one. Is it-
16.
Great. You're able to recall the exact manner of the ritual. One moment, please. One moment, please.
I'm still in the room.
You haven't
Yeah,
checked
Kendrick,
on
I need you in-
Goblin.
Did I
need you in
not
the room.
write down the ritual? Am I dumb?
Is the ritual important to this?
Oh, one moment, please.
I have a feeling that there's either gonna be something where like the rooms might change, and that's why I left Gaba in there,
Yeah.
or that the star is gonna do something. So I was figuring if I go upstairs and like try to leave, that the rooms might change. Maybe.
Personally,
But
I would have been afraid of Gaba getting eaten by the room, but
that's why I left
whatever.
Gaba in there specifically because I felt like Gaba would be able to tank it for right now.
Not if he gets literally absorbed by the room. That's not how that works.
Absorption.
Gaba is being bored.
Aha, but it's gonna have to get through all of this electrical armor.
Electrical vor. You were literally being vored into the abyss.
No, no, no.
Okay, I don't see the ritual instructions, so it was never sent in Temptation to Malignity chat. God, what was the date?
Give me a second.
1, 2, 3.
Jalen, I was going in D&D commands to see if I could find the ritual. Look up holy from the entire server.
Give me a second.
Holy and only holy. Just the word holy.
I'm scrolling to December 6th. Give me a second. Because that was the day that I took notes on what was happening.
Right. James, is the ritual gonna like take a part in this? Is it like, do we need to like worry about it?
James?
He's dead.
He's dead.
He's been absorbed by the room.
He got bored.
I need to start fending for myself.
December 6th. That's the shop contents.
Jalen.
What? Give me a minute.
Kendrick.
Holy cock, my clock's off.
It's not
Kendrick.
there. Okay.
Kendrick, it's Tempid whenever he gets punched in one end of the fights.
The frick?
Oh yeah, I love the. There's only one result if you look up the word holy in the entire D&D chat, and it's just me saying, "Holy shit, my clock's off."
Well,
Well, James disappeared.
Hmm.
He's been eaten. What do we do
There
now?
is no DM. We just die.
I am so sorry about that. Oh my god.
There is no DM. Make your own rules. I punched this guy and shattered the abyss. I'm rolling for
We
it.
can hear you now.
Okay.
I'm rolling to punch the abyss.
I clashed the
Fuck.
sky. Alright, the sky clashes back.
Please don't hurt me.
Unfortunate. Okay. Tempid is now dead. He has failed his trial. Gaba, you may now leave. Smile.
Okay,
You know.
seriously though, like ritual.
So, as you investigate the room, you notice that the locked box from before seems to have been replenished, and a new set of rules freshly written.
Convenient.
This one. It's almost as if someone would want to replace the things that were stolen from them.
Convenient.
Your mom's convenient. Anyway.
Okay,
Convenient.
okay, real question though. If she had the entire thing memorized, why did she have to write it down again?
I don't know. It's like a
Is there
thing
anybody
where
stupid that
it's
can
just like a contingency plan, essentially.
What if her memory gets wiped?
I
maybe she had another
forget my
copy
own. I
of
forget
something.
my own computer password like all the time, and it's literally like 2 buttons.
6 and 9. Not in that order.
Wow.
Okay, anyways. The paper that was found.
Yeah, what does it say on it?
All right.
Locked
So
and cock.
you instructions essentially tell you to place a skull at each of the 9 points on the star, and then paint an X'd eye in the center of the star. And then lastly, you would taint the flow of blood with a vial of holy water. I will re-describe the room if you would like. Essentially,
Before I do that, can I call Gaba up here?
sure.
Just, hey Gaba, you're good to come up now.
I
Did you not?
sacrificed Gaba.
You didn't even check
What?
what room he was in.
I know which room he's in.
You don't know if it moves. That was why.
Gaba, can you check? Just
I make
go
an
up to-
investigation
It
check
didn't. It did.
in
It
the
did.
thing.
Nothing happened.
Okay,
I
I
didn't
leave
think it
the
would
room.
change while he was down there.
Okay, what's up, Spider Legs?
I'll go
What's
ahead
happening?
and re-describe the room for you. As you enter the room, you get a horrid feeling of being cut off from the rest of the world, as the sense of loneliness and silence washes over you. The room looks fairly normal, save for the 9-pointed red star that takes up the most of the floor, and as well as the scent of rotting flesh that fills your senses from the crates that you have already opened before.
Mhm.
So room still sucks, basically.
Yeah.
Yeah, the room still sucks.
I will re-describe the star for you. The star appears to be made out of blood, at each of the corners of the star is inlaid with a single red eye. The blood, it seems to be several years old, but it appears to be just as new as if it were freshly drawn, and it seems to flow like a stream between the points of the star. It's smooth.
Okay. Do I do the
Moving.
ritual?
I feel like that's not related here.
What did the ritual do? What did we? Because we did a check on it, we got it right.
You do not know what the ritual does.
Well, Gaba, do you want to try it this time?
Yeah.
How badly
Oh,
can you screw yourselves over?
Actually, wait. So,
Plus, don't we have a hunch at what the ritual did now?
did we?
Because there were 3 beds in that downstairs room, 3 enemies in that boss fight, all of them afflicted with some curse that was similar to the stuff that we found in that place, right?
What if it creates something?
Okay, that is possible, but what I'm guessing is that it does whatever the frick happened to those guys.
Do you really have a better idea though? Because the rooms, nothing. The star, no clues. Exit, locked. Sewers, not the option.
I go back and kill the
I'm-
harbingers.
Tempid
Bro.
solo run.
Bro, I
Yeah.
told you we should have killed the Harbingers, bro.
Hey, man,
Tempid
though.
solo run.
That there can only be 380 something thousand combinations. You have to get it right eventually.
Okay, how much time do you have tonight, Jalen?
I don't know how many combinations could Tempid put in a second.
He's got spider arms, remember? He's got
Well,
10 arms, which is he can
He does
speed
have
punch.
10 arms.
so
Tempid really just there going.
Hold on. Wait.
What if I push them
wait,
on
wait.
all at once?
That was about, yeah, just try that.
push
I'm
them
going
all at
downstairs.
once.
James, I'm running downstairs.
You press all the
Gaba.
buttons and you instantly explode. You died. The
Gaba,
end.
come with real quick. I'm gonna try one more thing.
Okay, let's see it, buddy.
Alright, I'm gonna stand in front of the star, crack my knuckles, and I'm gonna push them all at once.
You push them all
Right.
at once. Nothing happens.
Let's go! I'm just gonna turn around, look at Gaba, and be like, well, I tried.
Now let me see this. I'm not too good with puzzles here, but guess I'll press the first button right here. I'll press the 4th button, maybe the 5th button. Yeah. How about the 2nd button? 5th button. How many buttons have I pressed?
You pressed 4 now, because you said 1, 4, 2, 5.
1, 4, 2, 5.
What about 1452?
No, but he's only got a couple more. You only got 5 more,
This
Gaba.
is gonna take 3 hours.
I'll press 8.
This
Then
has
I'll
already
press.
taken an hour.
I'm gonna press
It's taken
3.
half an hour.
You're gonna put it.
I'm
at
gonna
3?
press 6, and I'm gonna press 8.
You already said 8.
I didn't say 8.
Yeah, you did. You said 1, 4, 2, 5, 8, 3, 6.
Then I'll press 7.
All right,
Okay.
then you're gonna finish with 9.
Yep.
That's the code that he put in.
Nothing happens.
Let's go.
Fuck!
Hey,
Actually,
question.
wait. James,
Hey.
I'm gonna pull out my dagger.
Okay.
I'm cutting my finger.
Okay.
I'm gonna draw an eye in the middle and exit out.
In the middle of the star. That's
Yes.
the on the wall.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm gonna push them all again.
Okay. Okay. You cut your finger and you begin to smear it on the wall. The blood trail is left on. Oh, going. Nothing happens. It looks really good though. You're a good artist. Perhaps
Does he
you
take
could
1d4
get
damage?
accepted into an Antac college with that
It's
level
barely
of
any.
skill.
It's like enough to where it's just like a little blood drip, and it's enough to draw.
Hey, spider legs, why you cut your finger, huh?
I was gonna try to see if I could replicate what the thing did upstairs on the wall, and see if like some kind of like, I don't know, blood sensing thing would go through, but didn't exactly work how I thought it would. So I'm back to square one.
Hey,
Got any bright
question.
ideas?
Well,
Can
we could just wait here until the other two arrive.
Meanwhile,
happen.
in the tavern, hey, Ignoria, you think those two are gonna come back up anytime soon? No. I'll put 50 gold on them not coming back in the next 2 hours. I'll double that with 100. You got yourself a deal.
Fuck those two.
Fuck.
real
Hold on,
question? Hey James, since there are 362,880 combinations, could they just input random combinations and roll 1d in that, and if they get a 1, they get open?
Hold on, I'm gonna see if I can even put that the fuck in.
You can.
Watch this one. Watch this one.
Okay, I will give you 20 rolls.
All right, watch this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 10, 11.
What are you even rolling?
We're rolling this. Okay,
12,
what
13.
I gave him the chance of any one random combination being correct, so he's mashing random combinations in effectively.
None of them.
I'm imagining him just speed mashing them with his spider legs.
Just
Bashes them in with his
Gaba,
face.
roll to keep your respect for Tempid.
All right. What role is that?
It's a
Saving throw of your choice, buddy.
Probably wisdom saving.
Wisdom saving throw.
Saving throw of your choice.
Wisdom saving throw. Okay.
Or maybe you can make a charisma check against Tempid.
Charisma check. He's gonna die if I do a charisma check against him.
please, bro, please.
I clash.
Just feel bad for him a little bit for just kind of panicking.
I'm never. I'm
Get a
never
nat
giving this
1, loses all respect for Tempid.
I'm never giving this group a puzzle level again. Holy shit.
Well, me and I'm not
There's
good
not
at
much to
puzzles.
do. I am kind of lost. My next idea is the star, but
Me
I
and
kinda don't
Jalen
wanna
are
pick
just kind of vibing up here, bro.
Woo!
Alright.
He succeeds his wisdom save, I guess.
You're impressed by the tenacity of your spider friend.
Man,
Tippin
you're really
looks
going
back
at it.
Tippin looks back at you and grins.
He gives a cool thumbs up.
He's slowly going insane. Hey, how long do they have to be in here before they start making madness rolls?
I'll give them till 8 p.m. until I force them both to roll a madness.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Oh frick!
Just keep
Actually,
rolling until you hit 1 for a whole
It's not
hour.
like it would happen in the
That would
next
take
roll.
hours.
Wait a minute.
Wait a minute.
What?
Gaba looks into his bag, remembering that he bought 10 potions of boom.
No.
Don't.
Blowing up the wall.
Okay, 1 second.
It's below the tavern, dude. I don't feel like that.
Yeah, I bought 10 potions of boom. I forgot.
Please don't blow up the tavern.
This is a very, very bad. Well, the tavern will repair itself because it's,
Yeah, but we're gonna blow up Ignoria. Do you really want to blow up Ignoria?
no.
Well,
but-
you said that it wasn't made of that the wall wasn't made of Ignoria, so why not?
Are there
Yeah.
not simpler ways to break that?
Yeah. You could probably strength check it.
Look, Spider Legs over here has knives, and I have this big sword. I don't think it's gonna pierce through the wall.
Are you actually swinging at the wall?
No, I'm not gonna swing at the wall if it's not gonna do anything.
Puss up, bitch.
You don't know if it'll do anything until you try.
You know what? You know what? I'll pull out the mace and I'll do a mace attack on the wall.
Okay.
What if we just throw something at the wall? Fine, swing at the fucking wall. I'm just gonna stand back.
They've resorted to quite literally breaking the puzzle instead of solving it. Are you happy, James?
I played Borderlands
I'm
2.
never
I know how to
giving
solve
any of
puzzles.
you a puzzle level ever again.
Okay, this is a pretty cryptic puzzle, though.
Okay,
Oh,
yeah.
there's 2 stars! It's not! Oh my god, I'm gonna lose my mind. Alright. Holy shit. I'm gonna lose it. Alright, you
Yeah,
swing
we're
at the
afraid of
wall.
being cursed.
The stone cracks and shatters. However, as you bust through the wall, it'll hit something metal with a solid ting, as
It's another
the
fucking
mechanism
star.
behind it is seemingly
Ding.
revealed.
Well,
Several
they're
turning
fucking wall.
gears and a solid wall of steel stands in your way. Seems that completing the mechanism, or perhaps shorting it some way, will allow you to pass.
Hey, speaking of shorting, you have electric daggers.
That's a good point.
I stab the puzzle.
Yeah, I stabbed the puzzle.
Okay.
Okay, once
you
they
should-
do whatever the frick they do, I want to know what the solution
The
to this
puzzle
is.
explodes and you take 1d100 damage.
Is Gaba still near the
Okay,
wall?
James. Look. You gave the puzzle
Can
to
I
the
go
2
and-
guys that can't solve puzzles.
I can solve puzzles. I'm just
mean-
confused.
I feel like
Tempid, I can solve puzzles, Aranea. Okay, dude.
I'm changing my name to that.
Holy shit. I'm gonna lose my mind. I need beer, dude.
no, you have to roll a madness roll, James.
Yeah, okay. Madness saving
See.
throw. Okay.
Oh, and for the record, the god that's giving you this trial is watching the entire thing, I believe.
Meanwhile, in God Dimension, I chose a fucking idiot. Could have chose worse. I don't think I could have.
And Lon likes us, and we're just sitting there like looking like a barbarian.
I'm just imagining every time there's a scene cut, it's just the fucking Batman. Da-da-da-da-da. Meanwhile,
I think to the
Meanwhile-
voice of the gods, it's just Gaba and Tempid going in the room.
fucking monkey. It's just the monkey like banging on the bars of that one store. Oh, I gain compulsive spending. I'm now a gotcha player. Oh my god, I'm gonna fuck. Okay.
Okay. So how do we want to electrify the wall?
You have your electric daggers. I think that's your only choice.
Wait, you have the water sword.
The water sword is
Sir, that is a katana.
Wait, I think I know what he's gonna do.
Oh
I think he
my
wants you to swing at him and activate his armor on the wall
No.
with the water.
I stabbed my teammate. Fucking god.
Chaotic,
Stupid. Fine, I touched the wall with my daggers.
Alright, as
I
you
just
stab
won.
the wall, they seem to ting against it, as the daggers are not strong enough to pierce the steel.
But they're electric.
Yeah.
Is
They
there any holes in
sure
the
are.
mechanism?
Uh,
Is there any holes in the mechanism?
No.
What does the mechanism look like?
It's the mechanism. It's essentially like a sort of steel wall type thing, and you can tell through the various clicks and ticking behind the wall. Now that you are closer and can hear through it, that it seems to be mechanized by various gears and pulleys and levers behind it.
No, so we
Okay.
only see the steel
you-
side.
Yeah, you see like the flat steel, and you see each of the kind of like the 9 buttons, I guess. But that is not enough to tell you to essentially what order.
Suggestion. Why don't you try pressing a bunch of buttons and see if any of them make a different sound, and then reset the puzzle, start from the one that made a different sound, and see if you can get it to do it again.
That's actually really smart.
This is just
Yeah.
like, oh yeah, did you know that if you click orbs in Fed, they make a different sound if it's a 5-star?
Okay,
Jesus
okay,
fuck.
no.
No, this is an actual
this- that
actual
actually-
lockpicking thing.
That actually is a lockpicking thing,
Yeah.
yes. That's what I did in Resident Evil with the stupid little
Okay,
mini
video
saves.
games don't count.
That's,
I
that's,
know
I'm just
this.
saying, that's what I did in Resident Evil just for stupidity. And like Lee's like, Nathan, please stop. Just solve the puzzle normally. And I'm like, no.
Yeah, see, I know this because my uncle gifted me a lockpicking kit for Christmas.
Give me
one.
a
Yet he's
Hold
playing
on.
fucking Scrivener.
commoner.
I picked a lock in middle school. It was really funny. The teachers got mad at me. I didn't even mean to.
I stuck my hand in an outlet in high school.
How?
Smile.
Well, the outlet, it was right there, and James is like, that's a pretty cool outlet. What happens if I got close?
Okay, that's essentially what happened. Hold on, I'm gonna derail this entire campaign real quick. I was in my English teacher's room, right? I hated her. But that's not related. I just wanted
He's
to
trying
say that.
fucking die.
But the outlet on the wall, it was like a steel outlet, right? And it was crooked and off the wall a little bit. So I was like, oh, that bothers me. So I grabbed it, twisted
Okay, I
it, and kind of like
understand that.
pushed it back in, and just like sparks shot out of it. And I was like, oh god.
Okay, no, I hate it
Well,
when like
no.
even like posters in my room. I hate it. They're crooked, so I understand that.
Okay, anyways, can he try that?
Oh yeah. Investigation. Give me an
All right,
investigation.
investigation.
Investicom.
Both
Damn
of them?
7. Alright. Through your various clicking and ticking of the locks, you are not able to hear any sounds that appear to discern differently from each of them.
Mhm.
It sucks.
Gaba, would you like to make an investigation?
Yeah, you should try.
Yeah,
Okay.
I'm just going to do an investigation check.
I'm gonna double check the other shape that he gave us.
You mean the star that I drew in
Yeah.
MS Paint, or the star that Nathan provided so kindly?
I
The
think
one that you
even when he
drew
said,
on
"Yeah,
the
that's the
planet.
star," he's like, "I'm still posting mine."
But
Why
no,
is one of them like a perfect star, and then there's the other one?
Are you
Was it
really
like a
judging
Fallout
James's
temple?
star?
No, I'm just curious. Was it like
I
a
see.
MS
Oh,
Oh
Paint
yeah,
temple
by the
thing?
way, Jalen, you get a birthday 20 because your birthday came up. Happy
Yeah.
birthday.
Mhm. I remember from last time that was mentioned. Thank you.
Oh, whoa, wait! Look at Gaba's roll.
You're able to tell that the
Oh.
only one that sounds different is the 9th button, which they're in this order.
Only the 9th
Oh,
button
yeah.
click.
So it does
Only
look
the
like
9th
that.
button has a different sounding click than the rest.
Okay, so wait. Just to be clear, James, on the one you drew, they were 2 distinct stars, but on this one they're like that. Is that just because you wanted to label this one, or is the 2 distinct stars how it actually looks?
You mean my shitty MS Paint star with a cape on it?
Yes, that one.
I was trying to draw the other. I didn't know how to draw a 9-pointed star. I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah.
Originally I was like just gonna put 2 triangles on it. And then I was like, oh wow, that's a much better idea. And so now we have this, and it looks much better.
Okay, so it's not 2 distinct shapes, though?
No.
Okay, just want to be sure.
All right, so
Right.
okay.
Dude, Gaba's odd.
Are we able to go from the 9th one and then go through 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 and see if one of those changed now?
Your previous low would have told you if one of them sounded differently, and they do not.
Wait, so, okay.
Or Gaba, can you start from 9 and then do that?
Oh no, an investigation check every single time?
No, none of them
wait.
are different, except for 9. You already know this.
Yeah,
so we
what I'm
can't
saying is we press
okay,
9 and then go
I'm-
through basically 9 and then
Okay.
try the
So
other
you're
ones to see
guessing
if they
random
change.
combinations again.
No, because now we know
Okay.
that 9 makes a different sound, so we can start
Okay,
to like go
to
through.
clarify.
Wait,
To
wait,
clarify, guys, wait. I'm
there's 2 ways
assuming,
this can go.
since it doesn't understand what we mean, we can't cheat the puzzle like that.
There's 2 ways I think we can try. So I'm gonna go from 9, 5, 1, 6, 2, 7, 3, 8, 4.
No.
The other way.
9, 4, 8, 3, 7, 2, 6, 1.
No.
I have no clue then.
Did we try 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9?
Oh, that's a classic.
What?
My mama used to use that one.
Wait. But 9 changes, so start from 9 and go backwards.
9, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
No, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Is this what being a DM feels? Is this the truth of being a DM?
Chaotically stupid.
Okay.
No,
we
most
didn't
DMs are
know-
like, oh yeah, your players are gonna kill your NPCs and rob your shops or whatever. No, they're just gonna fuck up a puzzle for an hour and a half.
You can't give a puzzle strictly from description anything more complicated than like a Rubik's Cube, honestly.
If I gave
Because-
them a Rubik's Cube, we would literally be here for the next 10 sessions.
I can do
I'm-
Rubik's.
Nathan could do Rubik's Cubes.
I Rubik's the Cube.
Yeah, my dad taught me. I can do Rubik's cubes.
Okay, is there any notable combination of things that we've seen thus far?
The star.
Cube.
No, I mean in general.
Cube.
Right. Okay, I wish I was
So-
there right now.
Yeah, no, I feel like if Jalen was he was with us, we would probably have a better chance.
If
at this,
I
but
was
you got-
there, I would have used Solar Winds for a hint by now.
Yeah, and you also would have been an absolute coward when you found out the solution.
Wait a
The solution's probably the big star up top, but I really don't want to get a curse.
The problem is we don't... Okay.
minute. Gaba gets bored and starts
I'd
pulling
be
all
more
the items out of
tempted-
the room.
I'd be more tempted to do the star upstairs if I had any idea of what it actually did.
Okay. Was there anything notable about the points of the star upstairs?
It's a star with 9 eyes in the exact same shape as this one.
Was there
wait a
any
minute.
difference in the orientations?
Can I
of the eye?
investigation check the eye things upstairs?
Are you
Yeah, I'll
want to
come
check
with
the
Gaba.
red eyes?
I'm gonna go investigation
Yeah.
check.
Roll me an investigation check or a nature check, whichever you choose.
40 minutes until madness rolls.
I'm gonna roll myself like goddamn madness.
40 minutes until
I'm a
come.
dumbass,
My
I
turn.
only see a star.
40 minutes until random monkey event.
Oh god, no.
Hey, spider legs. Okay, can you discern anything out of this star thing? From
12.
Oh my god, we're
Right.
both idiots.
As you investigate the eyes and pick them up and kind of like glance over them, You can see that they are definitely not human, but most likely reptilian in nature.
Thundergall, no.
Thundergall.
Thundergall is
Thundergall
dead.
was the one making the bet! Oh my god.
Thundergall is dead.
It was just a joke. It was just a joke. I know he's not dead.
I don't know what you guys know anymore.
Okay. Or are there any convenient numbers on the eyes?
Do any of them look like Thundergall?
do any of them have a muscle-bound look?
Are
with
any
a-
of them
with a
muscular?
sword?
Please respond.
Hey Gaba, do you
Man.
serve as a paladin under a god? And if so, could you ask them a question?
Do you
please?
serve as a
Yeah.
paladin under God? As a paladin? Wow!
Okay.
I'm gonna fall.
Alright, everyone. Say
Oh
it
my
with
God.
me.
Okay, guys, you realize that in D&D, you just have to have an oath. You don't technically have to have a god for everything.
All of you have a god.
You don't have to directly serve one as a paladin. That's
I
why I
just-
asked that question.
My
So,
soul for Ballaston.
Ballaston.
Everyone say it with me.
Right. Are you actually
it,
gonna pray to
do it.
Ballaston for help?
Yeah, why not?
Okay, let's see if he answers.
I can't pray to Hound or he'll just tell me to suck it
Ring,
up and punch the wall.
Ring, ring, ring.
No,
ring.
no, Libel would tell you to suck it up and punch the wall. Hound would tell you to hack the wall like a cool guy.
Ring, 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 ring.
Alright,
Man, he ain't
I'll
picking
give
up.
this like a 10% chance. Unfortunate.
What?
Unfortunate. It was 10 or lower.
oh, dang it. He rolled
I
a nat 100 and it's on that.
Unfortunate. Other end of the spectrum.
Okay, looks like he isn't picking up. Well, buddy.
Watch, I could do it.
What a fucked up day.
I apologize that we're all idiots, James.
I'm gonna go ahead and prepare the madness chart.
They got 37 minutes left.
Nice.
I know. I know.
The Two Stooges, man. The Two Stooges.
I'm gonna get my patron chart already up as well, just in case you guys decide to pray to anything else.
Gaba, do you want to do the ritual?
Yeah, I don't know. This could get terribly. Wait, I just want to check something because I've been holding on to these for quite a while. I pull out a gnome capsule.
Okay. Here we go.
Are you going to throw a gnome capsule at the wall?
I eat the gnome capsule.
Bada bing, bada bam.
I throw one of my gnome capsules.
Okay.
Watch, it's like a capsule that shrinks anything it touches. The wall
capsule fucking.
It shrinks the room around you and you die.
Ba-ba-da-ba. What is that? Oh yeah, was it 3D 100s? Yeah, it was.
Yeah, it was.
Ba-ba-da-ba, ba-ba-da-bing, ba-ba-da-boo. Alright, let me check this chart. I love this chart. This is one of my favorite charts I've made. It's just got so much stuff on it. I literally just put random garbage I find on it. Oh, that reminds me. Cramer, were you still wearing the big blue floppy hat you got from the capsule during that Ashen Brawler fight?
I am.
Yeah. You're just a skeleton in these cool necromantic robes with purple lightning and green fire and a blue floppy hat.
Just think about the epic theme that's playing in the background while his epic blue floppy hat flaps in the wind.
He's so cool!
Is it at least like a floppy
Bro,
wizard
I have the
hat,
epic
or-
cape.
As
I have the
you-
epic. I have the epic cape and the floppy hat.
As you
Alright,
throw
I
the
want to hear what
capsule,
happens.
a small other capsule pops out. It appears to be blue, and the top of it is encased in a sort of slimy-ish coating, and the bottom is soft and squishy.
Oh hell yeah!
Can we?
Swine.
What if we water it? It turns into a dino.
Just put. Do you even have water?
God.
Blood.
Yes, wait, I do! My katana!
Are you going to cut it in half?
If I was there, for the record, if I was there, I would have polymorphed the wall into a chicken by now.
I polymorph my team into actual competent fucking players. Jesus Christ. And my music's gone. Oh god. I wanna die.
We're breaking everything. This is why I brought Kendrick.
Oh, let's the blue thing came out. Now what do you think it does, Spider Legs?
Leave it to Kendrick and I to break the
Groovy
entire
break.
Bro,
Did
you
Groovy
just break?
there we go.
Leave it to Kendrick and I to literally break everything, including the bot.
Groovy, you good, bro?
You good, bro?
Maybe the bot server crashed or something.
I'm gonna make the bot roll of madness.
What's it?
You have 34 minutes before you have to.
Yeah, I'm kind of panicking. Maybe we should do the ritual.
Jesus fuck.
I thought you were gonna put water on the thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, fine. James, can I swing my sword by the capsule to where the veil of water gets on it?
Yeah, sure.
Alright, I do
you
it.
swing your sword and toss your newly found little blue capsule into the water, it appears to expand slightly, growing little nubs, but then the water dissipates.
Huh.
Can I do it again?
Are you going to
Oh
do
my
this
God.
over and over again for the next hour that it's going
Does
to
it-
take to regrow this thing?
Does it turn into a dino?
Would you like to find out?
Yeah.
In the
do we have any
room of
water on us?
rotting flesh and blood?
Look.
Wait,
Look,
wait,
buddy.
wait. Can we dip it in the blood?
Oh my freaking god.
James,
what are
I'm
you
going
guys-
upstairs and I'm taking the capsule and I'm putting it in the blood.
You're already upstairs. Okay, you put the dino in the blood, and after a moment, it will begin to expand and contort. Additionally, as it is in blood, I have the fucking Constitution saving throw, this little dinosaur thingy.
Is it actually
Unfortunate.
a dinosaur?
Alright, the capsule will begin to expand and sort of grow little wings in the shape of a small foam, or a small squishy wyvern. However, as you have dipped it in Labellian blood, it
It's
will come
insane.
to life. And it will grow it out, and a sort of fleshy substance will begin to grow from within its squishy blue exterior.
Oh god.
It
That
will
come out.
screech at you and then fly out into the sewers.
Please don't tell me that. Watch that thing go to Awaken a Harbor.
You just released a foam wyvern into the world. How
A
does that
foam
make you feel?
Labellian cursed
foam
wyvern.
wyvern.
Wait, so that was a foam dino?
It was a
Man.
foam mini. It was a mini foam wyvern. Yes.
Man.
You
Trying to
guys
grow
don't
up
have
so fast.
foam
What
in
do you
this
think
universe,
about,
so I
like-
had to describe it.
Well, watch it go light a Harbinger. Watch it.
They
Why
grow
do
up
I
so
hear
fast.
boss music? Okay, wait. Now we... Okay, we can actually infer something from that, though. Maybe if it's just something that's infused with the blood, it becomes that cursed.
That's actually a good point.
So actually,
we
we
I
can
don't know
actually
if
do the...
that's okay. Good.
Please.
Hold on. Can't you explode that stuff? At the wall?
No.
I explode the ritual circle. Smile.
James,
Hey.
I'm gonna do the ritual.
Oh, okay.
All right. You place this. You place the skulls. Oh, I assume you just grab skulls from the crates and boxes and the blood vials as well.
Yeah, I wonder if Agnoria's gonna be okay with that.
Hey, after this happens, can me and Cramer go do something, please?
Yeah. Once they get past the door, I will swap back to your perspective.
Okay, but what if they never get back through the door? That's my question.
Good question. After they activate the star, I will flip back to you.
Gotcha.
As you
Can I-
perform the ritual, and the star.
Gaba,
begins
can you
to
prep your
activate.
shield? I'm gonna get behind you.
Yeah.
God.
Yeah. I shield. I I equip my shield and I use a ward of protection on myself.
Right.
That's
As you
so
activate
smart.
the 9-pointed star, an unholy red light will begin to fill the room, and one by one, 8 figures will begin to appear. Wait, did I do this wrong? Hold on.
Oh my god.
Hey, can you
We
pay
just
close
summoned.
enough? Can you guys pay close attention to the
Wait a
order
minute.
in which they're summoning?
8 figures,
Mm-hmm.
8 rooms.
Am I dumb? Hold on. One moment, please.
Wait,
8 figures.
was
8
the puzzle
rooms.
flawed to begin with?
5, 6, 7.
Hold on. Other thing this could be. What if
If
your
the puzzle is
community-
flawed, it
Oh!
can be called
I
stupid.
misread.
Sorry.
Okay, I apologize. I misread my own chart. I am so sorry about that. I misread my own chart. There is 9 figures that light up.
Okay then.
Okay.
What were you saying, Joan?
I was going to say, aren't there 8 other Libellian maidens? But no, that doesn't matter.
Wow, there are, and I can say that now, at last.
Oh
All right,
god.
what happens? Let's find out.
All right, as it lights up, it will reveal the following. The fifth star will light up, revealing a blinded priest. The 7th star will light up, revealing a warden with clad black glasses.
Are you meaning the corner?
Yeah.
Alright,
On
good.
each of the corners of the 9th star, a reddish hologram will appear.
Yeah, you meant like you said like star. I didn't realize it was
Yeah.
point. I thought it was point. Alright, I'm following. Good.
The 8th will
Right.
light up, and a plague doctor will appear. The 1st will light up, and a sheriff with a blindfold will appear, hunched over and cocky with his grip. The third corner will light up, revealing a librarian with thick goggles. The 6th corner will light up, revealing a maiden in a heavy veil and a ghastly smile. The 4th corner will light up. No. I put the same one twice. Oh yeah, revealing a barmaid. The same one that you know, in fact. Agnoria.
Yeah.
The 2nd, revealing a paladin. Her helmet off, her hair gone, her eyes and mouth stitched shut. And the 9th, revealing a butler with a grinning mask.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. 5, 7, 8, 1, 3, 6, 4, 2, 9.
What happens afterwards?
Can you repeat that number real quick?
5, 7, 8, 1, 3, 6, 4, 2, 9.
Okay, just want to make sure I said all that right. Nice.
What happens after?
You
Right.
did, yeah.
After that,
You see that?
after about 9 seconds have passed, the images will quickly fade, and with it, the light will as well. However, the center of the star will remain glowing.
Um.
And the light appears to be like it is coming from underneath the floorboard.
Hey, Gaba,
Ghoul.
we should go downstairs.
You didn't
Okay.
let Gaba finish his sentence.
Yeah, sorry. Continue.
Should we check what's under the floorboards first? You know?
I was thinking more downstairs and see if the walls changed.
Alright, let's go check then.
Actually, yeah, do what you want. Look under the floorboards real quick. I'm gonna start heading down though.
If
Gaba
this room
checks under the
explodes-
floorboards.
As you check under the floorboard, a locked chest, a small locked box is revealed.
I feel
pull-
like Agnoria will be pissed off if you open that.
Is there anything noticeable about the chest?
The chest appears to have been untouched for years. It's dusty and old.
Well, I don't think. Well, this thing looks old. I don't think anyone's gonna miss this.
Don't take it.
Well, if it really pisses her off, can't she telepathically yell at you guys?
She can't telepathically, I don't think, but
Didn't she do it to Cramer?
No, she did it to Cramer. If something angers her, she will say it.
Well, she's in the
Oh,
building
yeah.
at least.
Speaking of which, I could actually.
Oh yeah, by the way, Gaba, as Tempid will leave the room, you will hear his footsteps fade and essentially immediately disappear the moment he leaves the hallway that the room leads into. Because I just want to remind you guys, it's like a narrow hallway into the room. It's like a couple feet, and then it's the room itself.
We've been on this puzzle for an hour now.
You're scaring me, dude.
Can I pull out the chest?
Alright, you pull out the chest and you open it, I assume.
Yeah.
Alright. Opening it, you find a Labellian crest. Or you find a coin. I'm fucking stupid. I was supposed to have you religion check that. My apologies. Anyway, you find a coin. It is a coin-like emblem with the symbol of a kraken and skull on one side and a 9-pointed star on the other.
Rebellion emblem. Poggers.
Wowee.
Well, do you take it?
Yeah, Gaba takes it.
Right.
More out of curiosity than anything.
Agnoria
else.
will remember that.
Actually, Ignoria does not know.
Hmm.
As that room and anything that occurs in it is completely cut off. It is a sealed area.
Maybe that's why she
Interesting.
didn't get immediately mad about me picking up the holy water.
So yeah, I take the stuff inside. I put the chest back in the hole, and then I cover it with the floorboards again.
Give me a sleight of hand check to see how properly you covered that up.
Oh fuck! What's my sleight of hand like? Holy shit!
It's probably okay.
Not
Sleight of hand,
minus
sleight of hand.
10.
Isn't it -1 for Gaba? Or
Yeah,
does he
it's
have-
-1.
You got it. Don't worry. I believe in you.
Gonna roll a
Okay.
0. Bless you.
Excuse me. Yeah, I believe in you, Gaba.
Ooh,
Watch this. Bada bing, bada
Jesus,
boom.
come on! Oh,
That's unlucky.
you ever?
You managed to put
I
the
do it poorly.
floorboards back semi-properly. A couple of them
I
sort of
can-
like sticking up and still being creaky. But
Agnoria will notice this later.
for someone who has never been in the room before, this should suffice.
For someone who's never been in the room before, fuck.
So spider legs, have you? I walk back to whatever spider legs is at, and I ask him how is he doing the lock.
Oh yeah.
I'm on the door, and I'm putting in the code.
Meanwhile, in the docks,
Oh.
and back to Cramer and Stellis.
Whew.
So,
Well, you guys left off at the docks, I believe. I don't remember what you guys were talking about, though.
that's a good question. I think we were just kind of saying, wow, this place is kind of boring, isn't it?
Were they doing that for an hour and a half?
That's a good question. What have we been doing?
This would have been happening simultaneously.
Oh, okay.
This is a scene cut where
So we've
essentially,
just
like,
been kind of.
that's why I said meanwhile.
Excuse me.
Okay. So, this place doesn't appear to be very interesting, does it?
No, it doesn't seem to have very much. Unfortunately, I was hoping for a bit more on the trading side of things, but it seems that must all go to the market straight away.
Okay, do you guys want me to retell? I'm gonna retell you guys the areas real quick. There is
I think we were about to
Colosseum-
leave,
yeah,
though.
the Colosseum, the Black Shark House, the Collector. I can't say that. I almost read something very spoilery out. There's the Peddler's Bazaar, there's the Smithy, the Garandel Inn, the Cat's Eye, the Mill, and then the broken down church, which I now have set up properly.
I'll be done. While they're doing that, I'll be back.
Alright. So, where do you want to go after this? Since I suppose... Well, we could always go and check back up on the others and see what they're doing.
Honestly, at this point, I may think that's a good idea. I don't know how much I can trust them to stay out of trouble.
Agreed.
Chaotic stupid.
Specifically the
Also-
spider boy. He seems to get himself in trouble all the time.
Very true. Also, come to think of it, I would like to have a word with that barmaiden, if she's still there, about what we found down in the sewers.
Oh, you mean the Harbingers?
I mean that as well, but I was referring to the Ashen Guard that we fought.
Oh,
Yeah, do you remember the affliction that they had?
yeah.
I feel like she would know a bit more about that than we would. There's also the matter of that altar that we found before entering. So, I suppose we'll just make our way to the tavern then?
Sounds like a good idea.
So you're going back to the tavern.
Yeah.
Alrighty.
I might be bringing with me the other person that Ignoria hates, huh?
Alright, as you head back to the tavern, you enter to hear Thundergull and Ignoria bickering about something. Something about two people being down in the basement, and both of them are making bets about something. I up it at 200 gold. How's that for you? I'm not upping my bets. Besides, I already know that I'm right. They won't be coming back up anytime soon. Ah, hello. Ah, hello, darlings. How are you two on this fine day? She will,
We're
slightly...
doing alright, but we were looking for our friends.
Oh, yes. We were just talking about those two. They're downstairs taking care of some business that I hired them to do.
Alright then.
Well,
in
if they're
that case-
hired to do it, I guess they're doing their job.
And you hired them for something? Really?
Mhm.
I feel like they wouldn't be the best at anything you could do here.
Well, goblins are notorious for being able to get things out of the more annoying the more annoying cracks to get things out of, as well as spiders having their much more keen eyesight than I do. She will kind of gesture to her eyes. I'm blind and I can't exactly see well. Oh, that reminds me. I was going through my things and it seems you have taken something of mine on your way through. Do you mind handing it back to me?
By the by,
Stellis-
you have 6 holy waters, and
Yeah.
you do not know their effect yet.
So Stellis is just gonna think about it. It's just like, oh, do you mean these? And he just passes her the holy water and instructions.
How many?
All 6 of them, because Stellis is nice.
Pussa. Anyway,
Thank you. I'll see to it that these go to the right place.
and she will put them under the counter.
Now, can I get either of you
Oh.
something to drink, or are you just here to visit?
A bit more than visit, I'd say. I have a few things I'd like to ask you about.
Oh, and what would that be?
Well, I just kind of visibly glance over to Thundergull and ask, I don't know if it's fine if we talk about it here or not.
Oh, Thundergull's fine.
Well, there were some things we found down in the sewer. Specifically, at the end of it, there were some special flame guard that had an affliction that seemed to be your handiwork, if I'm right.
Oh, and what makes you say that? I'm just a blind maiden. Little more I can do than run a tavern.
In the back, you will
Okay.
hear Thundergull scoff.
What do I do? The question is, do I continue pressing her with this, how I currently am?
She will kind of like
Or-
chapel her hands and kind of like rest her chin on her face. Or like rest her chin on her hands, I suppose.
Well, something tells me you know exactly what I'm talking about.
No, I don't believe I do.
And
Gonna
she will
die.
cast Charm on you.
Seriously?
Yep. Get fucked, bitch.
Okay, that's a wisdom save, right?
Let me check.
Man, using it on the least horny person here.
Okay, on the bright side though, I will know that I was charmed after it wears off.
Yep. Wisdom
That's how
saving
that
throw.
spell works.
The least horny person here. Flashbacks to Gaba screaming at a flaming hot fire girl.
Oh yeah. As that conversation is happening, you hear this, as if something is banged against a wall.
Stellis just kind of looks towards the source of the noise, I guess.
Oh no, you're in the middle of a charm. You give me that
Okay,
saving throw, bitch.
18.
Oh shit. Let me see if that beats my spell save. It's what? I think it was like 10 plus 4 plus something else. Where did I put her stats?
Spell saves are 8 plus proficiency modifier plus
yeah.
your in this case wisdom modifier, I think. Depends on what class she's treated as.
She's treated as very cool.
She's treated as poggers.
I'm trying to
So,
think.
okay.
I think she's like fighter or something.
Then I believe it would be intelligence, because then you'd have to go through Eldritch Knight for spells, and that's based off of wizard stuff.
Where are?
so-
Oh my god! I cannot find my sewers. Okay, finally I found it. Holy crap! That took forever. Let's see here. Intelligence, yeah?
It depends on what class she is.
Probably...
If you were treating it as fighter, it would be intelligence, yes.
Okay. Let me find... That is a 16. Apologies for this again. I
That's cool.
had to grab things. So...
No, don't worry. You were watching two idiots.
By the way, you didn't
try to
add
solve
your
a puzzle.
proficiency to that, did you? Or do you just have no charisma or whatever? Or wisdom?
I have just 10 wisdom, so
Wow!
it's at base. Wait,
Man.
hold on. Wait. Actually, come to think of it. Do I have proficiency in wisdom saves?
Don't-
I might. I need to check. I do! So that means I have plus 2 to that.
Wow,
So
a
that's a
20.
20.
Alright, you beat it. And as
Okay.
you're a caster, as well as the fact that you are from Glane, you were able to tell that she cast a spell.
Hmm.
Everyone
Something-
knows if you're a virgin for 30 years, you'll become invincible.
You know what's even worse?
Hmm.
She was trying to play it off like she didn't do anything, but now that she tried to cast it while he was actually pushing her, he knows.
Yeah. I mean, I knew before. let's
Yeah,
be
but now
honest
you're like,
here.
now it's guaranteed.
Yeah. Now I know 100% that she was directly involved, but... Well, are you quite sure you don't know anything about this?
I'm very sure, honey. Also, and I believe that it is time for you to take your leave. I have a couple
Oh,
things I must attend to.
She's going to Vor Kendrick. She's going to Vor Kendrick.
Thunder,
I'll leave
if you
you.
could escort these two out, I'll give you a free round of drinks for the week. And I'll triple my bet.
Ah, you drive a hard bargain. But fine. And Thundergold will grab you both by kind of like the collars of your sleeves. Sorry to do this, fellas, but get out! And he will chunk you both out the door.
God damn it.
I didn't even do anything.
Bitch. You're an accomplice.
My apologies. I might have pressed a bit harder than she wanted me to. She tried to cast something on me at some point, so...
You would know what the spell specifically is,
Oh.
as you are both a caster and from Glane.
Okay. She tried to charm me at one point, so I know she knows what I was asking about, but she seems sufficiently stubborn in her refusal to answer.
Booba, slime charm.
Booba.
Awooga.
Boo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo-doo.
Anything else you two would like to do?
This could come back to bite me, but I kind of want to send a messenger to her saying something along the lines of, I will find out eventually what
I
that
know
was.
what you did.
I know what you did last summer.
Right.
But
The moment
I
you
feel
send
like
a
I was-
message back,
I didn't say I sent it yet. I said I was contemplating it.
are you contemplating or are you
considering.
sending?
That's what I'm thinking, because that's probably going to come back to bite me if I send it. That's the problem.
Or, in a Labellian Maiden's case, look at you in a very mean way.
Yeah, true. I think I'll leave that unsaid for now, because that's a bit aggressive for Stellis. Okay.
Man. Imagine your limit not being you want to investigate something, and then somebody kicks you out. And you literally know something's up, but you're still just gonna not investigate. That's crazy.
Wait, I could.
Spider-Man does whatever a spider
Kind
can.
of. I gotta think hard about this. That's the problem. Because I
This is where
have options, but a lot of options.
This is where I really wish I knew how to like deal with my roguish archetype, because I gotta figure out how to apply it.
Alright, he took Psychic Man's.
I'm taking the Soul Knight, but I don't know how to actually imply it into lore that I actually have it now.
I stabbed Soul.
No, like I get psychic powers, so
Yeah.
I don't know how to like lore-wise be like, oh yeah, this spider, but mind powers.
You could just do backstory stuff for it. I don't know.
Yo,
Do whatever. You just have the abilities now.
Yo, spider legs, do a backflip.
But with your mind.
A mega backflip. But also
Oh,
a backflip
mega.
the other way in my mind.
Bro, you can do 5 nays at once. Let's go.
Never say that again. Never bring that up to me again.
Man, I had
5
two
Guys.
Fortnite dances at one
Okay,
time.
hold on. I got
Here
an
we
idea.
go.
I got
Mind
an idea.
backflip.
I got an idea.
idea. Hello.
Yeah, I'm thinking of how to execute it. That's the thing.
I have an
just
idea.
do it.
Everyone shuts up for his
Hey,
idea.
McFly, someone in there.
Okay, I know Thundergull's full name and race, right?
You know his first name is Thundergull, and you know that he's a lizard man's.
He said his last name at some point, right?
I don't think he did. Let me check my doc.
It was.
Google Doc. Google Doc. Helps me run all my campaigns. It's very cool. Thundergull does not have a last name. Watch out! It's
Oh, does he just not have
Thundergull.
What is Thundergull's last name?
Okay, can I use Messenger on him? That's
No,
really just what I
no,
want.
we need to know.
Okay,
What is it? What if his last name is Thundergull?
okay. I'm
It's
just
the
going to
Obama thing all over again. Sorry.
I'm just going to message him. Freaking. Let's see. How do I word this?
Oh, can you guys hear this, by the way?
Yeah.
What?
Rebuttal.
Yeah, a little bit.
Okay. Just making sure that I shouldn't do it.
This This is a bit of a cost, but
A bit of a cum. It's a fat Scrivener nut, yo. Man. I designed 2 entire cities and like 3 quest lines. And then puzzle hour and a half. Sad guy. I love that emo, by the way. Moon 2 WoW.
I do too.
That's
There's
what I
something
sent
about it that I love so much.
That's what I sent Thundergull.
Cool. Thundergull will not come out and reply to you.
Alright. I'm just gonna say stick around for about a minute.
I say we just have to switch back to the others for now.
I want to do something, though.
Ignoria will speak into your mind, Stellis.
Ah,
If you
great.
wish to press harder on things that you should not know, come back later tonight, alone, and I shall treat you to some mysteries.
That sounds like a very, very big trap. Ah, God. Okay, Nathan, I feel like you took that the wrong way. Okay, that's possible. That's definitely possible.
Why not both?
I guess I'll probably take her up on that, since it's the only chance I have at getting info.
Nice.
I'll
Alright.
probably prep a bit before, though. But we can't right now, right? Because what
Are
time
you just
is
gonna
it
make a
about?
mental note of it?
Yes, right now.
Right. You just make a mental note of it. Cramer and Stellis, I will give you guys one more worldly action before I swap back to Stellis and
Sure.
Cramer and Gaba. I mean, Gaba and Tempid. Fuck.
Bro, I'm everywhere. I am the multiverse.
You want a
Alright,
DM, dude? You want to run Narfel for me?
No, bro, I'm good. I just have like 10 Cramers in the world.
I have a question about that, though.
Is that what the
I
gods are?
suppose I can't really know.
They're all Cramer.
Oops, all Cramer.
Oops, all Cramer.
I don't think I would have any way to know of whether Thundergull told her that I sent that, or if she just
You wouldn't,
detects
you
it
wouldn't,
when
you
it's
wouldn't.
sent in. Yeah. My guess is that Thundergull told her, since it took a second, but... Alright. So, well, I guess we aren't staying at the tavern now, are we? My bad.
Sadly not, but it won't matter too much. We can probably find something better to do around here.
If you still want to go somewhere like that, I believe there was a similar place in the other side of town, was there not?
There was some kind of inn there.
Of course, if that isn't what you really wish to do, then that's also fine.
I only came here to look for the other two, in all honesty. I didn't know what they're up to, but I have a feeling if they just threw us out like that, something's up.
Oh, something is definitely up. Can we walk away from the tavern just a little bit?
Yes,
I'll
that's
tell you
probably a
something.
good idea.
So, after we get a fair distance from the tavern, just to be safe, I'm going to tell him what Ignoria sent to me after I sent something to Thundergull.
Slime booba.
So you just basically told me she wanted you to meet her.
Yeah, alone specifically.
Yeah.
So, I'm probably going to accept that invitation, as I don't see any other way we could learn more.
We really don't have any better way to learn more, so we're gonna have to rely on you to get through with this.
I'll do a little prep work before leaving, just to make sure I don't fall into an unfortunate trap, I suppose.
Yes, that is a good idea. Make sure you don't get caught.
Booba. Awooga. Okay, I am once again asking, are you guys doing
Yeah.
anything else? Taking any other actions within Zeoflim City?
Well, I guess since there's not much else we could do, would you want to maybe check out the blacksmith that was on the other side of town? Since
Sure, we can
haven't been
check out
around there yet?
the other blacksmith.
There's two blacksmiths. Which one are you going to?
The one far away from where we are on the other side of town.
There's two other sides of town. There's the Eastern
Okay.
District and the Southern District.
The one we haven't been to, I think.
Yeah. Okay. We were in the eastern, right? Is that where we were before?
You are currently in the Western, and before you were in the Southern. The Eastern...
Okay, so we
Southern.
want to go to the
Southern
eastern.
one. I thought we wanted to go to the southern.
Oh yeah, southern one.
Yeah. Do we even know the other one exists right now?
You know that there's an Eastern District. You don't know what's over there.
Yeah. Yeah. So we're just gonna go check out the southern blacksmith, I guess.
Right. Ba-ba-da-ba! You go to the Southern Blacksmith. He's doing blacksmith things. He's hammering away at some steel. He is very cool. Ba-ba-da. Ba-ba-da. Let me find my thing. Right. A dwarven man toils over a forge, swinging his hammer down with great might as he works on a large piece of steel. Around him you see various other parts and other items. Fishing rods, anchors, cogs, and many more. He doesn't seem to notice your presence until he glares at you with an uninviting stare, currently more focused on his work than you.
I'm gonna take a guess and say that he mostly does work for the like fishing stuff.
Along with
Since
the
he
fishing
mentioned
stuff,
anchor.
you see various large pieces of metal that seem to
Hmm.
be like they would go to a larger machine.
Those are some interesting pieces that you have back there. What are they for?
They're orders for the mill. Some damn
Um.
wolf keeps something, according to the mill owner, a werewolf or whatever keeps breaking in and breaking stuff. But if you ask me, it's just an excuse to keep me working.
A werewolf, you say?
Aye.
Sounds
Now, if you
interesting.
It sounds like something we could ask the others to check out with us, don't you think?
Perhaps, yes. Or maybe we could go speak with the mill owner for some more details if we want to go do something about it.
That is true. But first, I do think we should wait for the other two. So let's look at what they have in this blacksmith here.
As you attempt to inquire about the blacksmith wares, he will attempt to ignore you entirely and focus entirely on his work.
Well, I just want to take a look around
I
and
mean,
see
we
what kind of
already
like
saw.
weapons he has.
I don't
He doesn't
think
really
he
have
has
weapons. His focus is more on essentially utility items. This is a more
okay.
general blacksmith rather than a warring blacksmith that would make weapons. Essentially just
Makes sense. Does he
making-
have any like grappling hooks?
You do not see
That'd be
anything of
cool.
such. Most of the stuff is just
Sad.
like fishing gear, things that would likely be for the mill. So
Yo,
on and
do
so
we have a
forth.
net? Can I get a net? Like a metal net, like a weighted net?
Hands off my stuff unless you're gonna pay for it, damn it!
Well, I'm just kind of looking for a weighted net. I don't know if he has one.
He has one.
Okay. How much for...
Oh, we cut out.
Yeah.
Hello?
Hello? Can you hear me?
Tyler!
Yeah.
Yeah,
Tyler!
You cut out.
I cut out for a second. Sorry.
Yeah,
Uh-huh.
I said it, you cut out.
I heard
Okay.
him, so I was confused on what happened.
Yeah.
Okay,
For your
so say
sorry
what you
ass that
said.
keeps interrupting my work, it'll be 20 gold.
We have 7,040 something.
Yeah, I think we can afford it pretty easily.
As you pick up the net and hold out the gold, he will slam his hammer down into his steel, snatch the gold out of your hand, put it into his pocket, and angrily go back to his work.
Well,
Well, were you looking at anything here?
Nothing in particular. I was more just curious as to what was around here. I suppose that's all the business we have here, then.
Apparently. Alright, I suppose our best thing to do for now is wait for the others, and then we can go check out the mill.
That sounds like a good plan of action.
Right. Meanwhile, in chaotic stupid land,
Back to reality.
We just go from indecisive land to chaotic stupid land. Man, why did the group get split up like this?
Sorry.
Sajga. Anyway,
You
go into the
want to know
room.
what's really funny about you splitting us up? While me and Nathan know what we want to do, those two don't. But since those two could probably solve this puzzle faster than me and Nathan,
Right.
I mean, okay, you
I
say
want to fight
that,
that. I want
but
to fight that werewolf.
Stellis would have done everything possible to not light that or not do the ritual, so I'm not so sure about that.
Cramer would have done it anyway.
Stellis is an
True.
uber pussy, dude. It's insane.
He's cautious. What do you expect?
Okay, there's a difference between cautious and doing literally nothing.
Okay. You are faced with a freaking altar made of blood. What the frick would you do? Light it?
I'm lighting
Light
it.
it.
Hello,
Light it.
blood altar. The instructions are conveniently placed there for me to do it. There's a
After
puzzle
he
with a
did the little
9-pointed
dinosaur thing, I
star
found out that the blood was
downstairs.
mainly the
I'm
cause for the
lighting
curse.
that stuff.
I-
Hell, I'd light it anyway for the lore.
Yeah, but what if it kills you?
Yeah.
I learned lore, and I'm built different. I'll survive.
You don't have a character anymore. You don't know the lore.
I know the
But your
lore.
character
Okay,
doesn't
okay,
exist.
Out of
okay.
character.
Your argument of he doesn't know the lore, bro. He is the lore. What do you mean?
Jalen, I
This
have
is a
like
hypothetical situation.
Jalen. I have 100
He is
pages
literally
of
the
docs.
lore.
I have 100 pages of Google Docs. Do you want to
Yeah, it's
test
like-
me?
He is literally the lore. Do you really want to question him?
I am lore. I'll do anything for lore.
The DM giveth and the DM taketh your 20 roll.
I'll suck your dick for lore. Please, my lord. Just a crumb of lore.
And
Anyway,
what can you do, my effeminate fellow?
Gaba and Stellis. Tempid, sorry. Fucking, I don't know why I always mix you guys' names up. But as you enter the room, for Gaba, nothing strange seems to happen. For Tempid, the world seems to crumble away. As at last, you have completed Sout's trial.
Oh,
Does the
God.
music change?
Yeah, that's what's
Yes.
happening.
Yes, it does.
The
walls begin The walls begin to crumble away, and a sort of starry astral plane is revealed. However,
It's gonna
the
start playing
dust
in
around
Knockbon's
you
life.
from the previous world and the life that has been left behind will reform into what appears to be a workshop. And at such a workshop, you see a tall man, a tall spider with 8 arms, seemingly stitching something together with various pieces of string. A blue sort of stream floats around him, as well as a soul laying on the singular table. And in the corner, you see none other than the collector herself, likely seemingly sipping from a cup through a straw. Not exactly sure what's going on. Finally, you made it. The tall man will turn around. He appears to only have 2 eyes, yet you are able to see, as you are a spider, that his other 6 are closed. His face is long and similar to yours, except much more spider-like. He is a true spider-human.
Imagine
thought
being
you
a
made
fake
it.
Spider-Man.
I thought
I'm
you
just
would.
more human. I'm more. Wait, sorry. You go, James.
I thought you'd never make it, Tempid. It's been quite some time since I had one of your kind within my realm. I must ask, do you know why you are here?
Honestly, no. I'm not even sure how I got here, really. Where's my friend?
He's back in your world, I assure you. I set up a sort of portal right at the entrance just for you. I needed to speak with you and no one else. Speaking of which, he will snap one of his 8 hands, and Lon will sort of fade away.
Welp.
I have a task for you. I've seen your ambition. I've seen your desire. You are a follower of Sout. I mean, not Sout. Hound, correct?
That would be true. Yes.
What say I cut you a deal? I am a god of pacts and promises, after all.
And what would that deal entail exactly?
Do you know of the 3 minor pantheons, boy?
I have a vague understanding, yes. What about them?
Very well. Tell me what you know. And he will kind of cross his arms and lean back.
I said more vague understanding. If you actually wanted, like, details, I probably couldn't give you any.
Do you at least know the 3 that belong to them?
No, I do not actually.
As expected. Many of the religious teachings of this world have crumbled and fallen away. It's quite a shame that Magarak could never keep up his end of the deal. Very well, I shall inform you. The 3 of the most powerful gods, Sia, Feora, and Libel, all possess their own personal pantheons in order to protect their divine treasure, the Orbs of Ubiquita. Within this pantheon are their guardians. The Collector is one such guardian, who has recently struck a deal with me in order to continue her research in the mortal realm. You are aware of things known as abominations, correct?
I actually am not, no.
Abominations are things of not my will. Things of mortal creation. One example of this are the werewolves. They were created by the Collector's own hands. In a lab of fusion, science, and blood. They are unnatural creatures. However, I do not reject them as my own. There are those in this world who seek to destroy the abominations, ones such as the werewolves, ones created through loving unions such as yourself. They are heretics of mine, and I would like to see them dead. I do not appreciate fallen orders prancing around in my realm, telling others what they believe that I should do. He will slam his fist on the table. The stars around you will begin to shift. Some of them will begin to burst under the might of Sout. The creation that he was working on will become unwound. A sort of horrific beast of several faces and flesh, a malignant soul of sorts. The creature will begin to turn red and glow as it is corrupted in its mouth creation. Apologies. He will grab the thing by the throat and crush it simply. It will begin to unwound like threads. Its veil will scatter. Its soul will crack and crumble, turning black before turning to dust. These things are what I really mean as abominations. They are failed creations, things that are not worthy of life. If an abomination exists in truth, I will snuff it out. However, these heretics, they do so righteously and without my permission. I am not one to condone such pointless slaughter. And these 2 points are where you come in. You're a skilled fighter, I assume.
Yes, I would be. Well, I'm aiming to get stronger at least, so I hope I become even more.
And you attempt to become an assassin and a killer, just like your father, I presume. I will make you a deal, and he will pull out 3 sort of black daggers from his cloak. Take these to a church of Feora, a church of Libel, and a church of Sia. Stab them into the central statue, and then after doing so, I will grant you strength. He will smile. This will allow me the strength. Well, as you are a champion of mine, I prefer not to keep my deals in the dark. I've always been one to hate fine print, so I will tell you up front what this will entail. I will have my own pantheon, Tempid. and with it I will have my own Star Blessed. You will be the first of these Star Blessed if you so choose.
And what exactly does being Star Blessed entailed?
What you desire most. Power. The strength to destroy whatever objects you. The power to rule and decide on your own. The power to gain what you need to fight in this world. There is, however, one other task of importance I need you to take care of.
And what would that be?
There's a creature that runs around rampant in Zeodon. A samurai with 4 arms, a true abomination. Something corrupted by this world. Something unnatural and unholy that seeks to raise something I fought so hard to destroy.
Oh no.
Countless of my personal gods were destroyed by this creature. And now, this fool runs around seeking to make sacrifices to revive it. This creature's name is Aliquin Aranea. You know him as your father. Kill him.
You want me to kill my father?
He is no longer your father, but a beast. A creature of madness that seeks to destroy the world around him in ways that you do not
How am I supposed to kill
understand.
my own father?
If I am to be correct, he abandoned you. Correct?
That doesn't change the fact that he still is.
I care not for the morals. I care only for the deal and the final outcome. Do you take this choice or do you reject it, Tempid? Make your decision, and he will hold out a singular, spindly hand.
The Starbound. What exactly will happen to me?
You will gain my blessing. You will be able to compete with the Grand Inquisitors themselves. Perhaps even duel them, if you would so choose. The power does take adjustment to get used to, but I believe someone like you has the potential to do so.
Well, there is a reason I'd want to go see the Grand Inquisitors anyways. Another thing, would this be betraying Hound in any way?
He need not know of this deal, and he need not care. You will be a champion of mine, and of worship as well.
So you're saying I swapped to you instead?
That is correct. But I know what it is you seek. You seek the speed of electricity, do you not?
That is one thing, yes.
And many others, I assure. And a 9th hidden eye on his temple will open. I am not just a creator of the pacts and promises, but a writer of them as well. I can see into you, into what you desire, into your heart and your future. I am one of the few who can read Sia's scriptures. There is strength for you. There is a place in the pantheons for your name. You need only claim it.
But is this even gaining power by my own hand, or just through different methods? Well, it's still by my actions. Would you even consider this really gaining power by myself?
Sout will not answer. He will only wait for you to take the deal or to leave. The time has come for your choice, Tempid.
What would you do if I refused?
He will not answer.
I smirk. So you won't even tell me that, huh?
Well, I mean, you'd have wasted an hour on the puzzle.
And tell me, you said my father is in Zeodon?
Correct.
Will that make him one of those samurais that I've heard so much about?
He is not one of the Grand Inquisitors, if you would like. He is a slaughterer and no more than a beast.
So he doesn't even know about those powers, huh? There's someone I want to meet. Someone I recently met anyways. I need to become stronger if I'm going to be able to stand up to those people, so... As much as it pains me, Tempid looks at him, gives him a cocky grin. Okay. He reaches out his hand.
Right.
Deal.
Good choice, boy.
But
As you speak,
promise me
your words
that I
will
will
fall silent. The world around you will begin to spin and contort. You are able to see the truth of Sout's form. A 9-headed creature stands in front of you, several heads and a ghastly grin. For a moment it feels as if the weight of the world bears down upon you. As the pact is made, the world begins to crumble around you, until nothing but you and the beast that stands in front of you remain. Go. Kill him.
Before I
Grant me strength. And with
better
a
promise me I'll
last
get what I
raspy
want.
breath, the world will shatter.
Damn.
You can't
And the
add
encounter
terms
will
to
fade.
a pact after you've already agreed to it.
Yeah, bitch.
I can say it though. That
Oh,
was
and
sick as
True,
fuck. What
I
the hell?
guess.
And as one last note, his voice still echoes in your mind. Beware of his tricks, boy. He will attempt to woo you in the same way I have. Promises of power and a place at his side. Do not let his words get to you. Strike him down. And at last, the divine presence, the spinning of the world, and the weight of everything will fall away. You fall to your knees, but you feel as yourself now, and you feel strength course through your veins and your blood. And you gain spell haste.
Wait, what?
The first step into power.
Oh
You
wait,
gain-
just the spell haste.
You are now able to call upon Sout twice for long rest to allow him to grant you haste. Yes.
Dang. Nice.
Wow.
Oh my god, Tempid can cast magic.
We can't
Only
cast
haste.
magic. You can pray for it.
Yeah. Haste, by the way, effectively lets you take 2 actions per turn, I believe. So you get to attack again.
What I'm kind of just imagining is just Tempid mid-battle. South, grant me strength as I just speed towards him.
Okay, judging by the fact no one else saw that exchange, you might not want to yell that out loud immediately. Just a suggestion.
Well,
I mean, there's
just
tons
what I
of
was
religious characters in this world. Who cares?
Or I could just
guess.
reach my hand up and be like, grant me strength as I get speed.
Hmm.
Right.
Holy shit, James, you kind of had me. That was awesome.
Thank you.
That was
I
done
enjoy-
well.
I really enjoyed trying to roleplay that. That was... Ooh.
I thought your family was nice, though.
Oh no, his
Did that
family sucks.
change and I wasn't aware of it?
If I remember correctly, this might not be his storyline, but I'm pretty sure his mother is dead and his father abandoned him for being essentially weak.
Yep.
And the psionic powers he had were effectively sealed away because his father wanted him to focus more on strength rather than magic. But his father eventually left him as he did
You know
not
what I could
turn.
actually do? You know what actually might start happening now? I think I might actually let him start awakening to his psionic powers after that. After realizing.
Yeah, that
You should-
seal would have been broken as well.
You
Huh?
should have you should build into it after you kill your father first, though.
No, it would start awakening now that I've actually finally,
True.
Here's
awakened.
a question.
Awakened Tempid.
Here's a question. After that, how's Tempid gonna feel about killing that werewolf?
I stab
That is a
him.
good point.
I stab him.
He probably wouldn't care as much if I
Oh,
still
you
get
could
his
just.
stuff
I
done.
guess you could just ask, couldn't you?
I ask the werewolf, "Hey, can I kill you?" Right.
No,
Yeah,
I
sure,
mean,
bro.
ask.
Gaba,
I mean,
you see your
ask
fall.
what
You
the
see your
sweat is.
friend fall to the floor in a hot sweat.
Hey, buddy, did you finally get through that lockdown there? Have you just been tapping it out of way? Because I've just been kind of sitting here playing with some coins.
What?
Oh, I couldn't get down there for some odd reason, so I just kind of sat here for
Oh,
a
no,
really,
you were down
really
there,
long-
but essentially let me explain Gaba's point of view. From Gaba's point of view, Tempid essentially fell to his knees and onto the floor, and his eyes kind of like began to crackle and spiral, as if in like a stirred pot, I suppose.
Oh, I see. So I essentially saw rainbows.
Not rainbows, but how do I explain it?
It's fucking Lucky
It's
Charms.
like dust in the wind, I suppose.
Oh, I was down there and I saw some real weird shit. So I just decided, you know what? It's best I do not touch anything. So I didn't.
You didn't think to do anything at all, huh?
Well, I couldn't really do much. It's just that I only saw dust around here.
You didn't see dust
Fair.
around him. His his literal eyes and pupils essentially. Like for me, I have like blue eyes with black pupils, obviously. So essentially, imagine that, except it begins to dissipate and kind of like swirl around in like a sort of dusty spiral.
My eyes became dust, Pog.
Swirl around like in his eye, essentially.
Yeah, so now we're just kind of sitting here. I was waiting to see when you'd resuscitate.
Well,
What do we do now?
Door's unlocked, by the way.
I guess we can leave. That's weird.
Yeah, let's
wonder who won that bet.
get out of here. I really don't want to stay around here too much longer.
Me and the Spider-Man go upstairs and walk out.
As you walk out, you see Agnoria giving Thundergall 300 gold, and him laughing quite heartily. Agnoria will catch you by the shoulder and say, "So, you finally did it."
Yeah.
How was it meeting one of the 9?
I'm not even sure how I feel, honestly.
It's quite different from meeting a patron, I assure you. Best
Yeah,
be on
well-
your way. You wouldn't want to keep that old bastard waiting.
Yeah, guess
Sure.
so.
She'll let you go with a smile.
Maybe she won't be mad at us anymore.
Wow.
Wow.
I
Booba.
feel like she'd be more. I feel like she'd be more annoyed with us now that you've made her lose money.
Wanna know what's crazy? There's still an hour left in this session.
Dang,
Slime
that was nice.
Booba. Slime Booba.
Because we
Slime
started at
booba.
about 6:30.
It's because the time that would normally be spent arguing was instead put into the puzzle.
Stupid.
The puzzle, unquotes. Right, I assume you guys just
How do I-
join up back with your team.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out how to add another class on my actual stuff because this is stupid.
Why are you trying to add a class?
You
I'm
don't
trying to
have
add
to
Soul
add
Knife.
Oh, okay.
That's a subclass.
Yeah, well, it doesn't show up unless I actually add it.
Oh,
Well,
do that then, I guess.
I'm trying to figure out how to.
Couldn't you
Under
just
action
go
sheet,
to just like put it under like class or whatever?
I'm not seeing. Well, I could. I'm probably gonna do that anyways.
Yeah, I'm pretty
It
sure it's
might
a
not
thing you put
show-
levels into as well, isn't it?
No, it's not. It levels up with your class.
Okay. So
It's like,
I
where do
guess
you actually
I
put
guess
it to
what
where
you
I
would just
actually-
like yeah, what you would probably do is you probably just like put it under like right next to your rogue, like Soul Knife Rogue.
Oh, do you? It's just like a prefix now?
Yeah, it's just the thing that you have. Cause that's what you chose.
Like, where's the stat blocks on that?
The cum block.
Yeah, where's the actual stat blocks on that? Is the real question.
On Soul Knife Rogue.
Yeah, I'm looking for the actual stat block.
Pretty sure it's
Give me
just-
a sec. I might. Be
I don't
able to
think
help you
subsets
with
would
that.
change that, would they?
It would actually. It would just show up when So I can actually just have What am I looking for?
Cosmetics.
show.
Yikes. Okay. Oh yeah, the uses of haste is essentially just equal to your proficiency modifier. For now, I
Wait.
believe it's a +2. So you have 2. And the next level, you get another blessing that you can call upon.
Yeah. Where's haste?
Hasted come.
Haste is a spell.
Wow.
So
Man, I really hope there's not audio issues with this VOD. That would make me so sad.
The target
will
speed
say-
is doubled, gains a +2 bonus to AC, and has advantage on dexterity saving throws, and it gains an additional action on each of its turns.
you really just gave him more AC.
Think I
Dude.
care?
Me and the rogue were about to be tanks.
What's even worse is my speed is doubled, which means can I combine that with dash?
Yep.
Gas.
Can you run 120 feet in one turn now?
He can technically, I'm pretty sure he can take the dash action twice, so he can run 180 feet. If hasted.
Wait, no. Is it just action or bonus action? Because dash is a bonus action.
I'm pretty sure dash itself is an action that everybody has access to, and then rogue just gets to dash.
Oh, okay. Oh, wait, yeah, I believe that's right.
That
actually.
action can only be used to take the attack, dash, disengage, hide, or use object action.
Use cum action.
And my speed is doubled, so technically I can... Okay, give me a second. Yeah, I could reach
You are in
120
the same turn.
Wow.
speed boost.
That's a third.
That one,
Boostio.
is that a concentration spell, though? I forget.
Nathan is literally
Yes,
Boostio now.
It is concentration.
Alright.
Duration, concentration.
Yeah.
Time to
It's-
accelerate.
What's its max length, though?
Up to 1 minute.
Yeah, 10
So
turns.
10 rounds.
I get 10 rounds of that?
Yes. One
Wow.
round is 6 seconds.
When the spell ends, the target can't move or take actions until after its next turn.
I mean, you effectively kicked up your adrenaline into high gear, so...
Oh! Oh!
James, where is
Oh!
it?
Time to accelerate.
James,
Hey, I'm looking at some stuff.
because I have that now, I need to take the emote from the meme machine, the speed Corin, just for that.
Wow. Oh yeah, corn faded.
Corn crazy.
I was looking at what can get haste, and I was like, could you guys have gotten that anyway? What kind of Gaba? What kind of paladin are you?
I don't know.
I believe isn't it Glory Paladin that gets haste?
Yeah, glory paladin gets haste, and then vengeance, right?
Does it? I don't know, actually.
Yeah, glory and vengeance paladins. and then strength clerics, treachery paladins also get it, and then zeal clerics.
They
And
need
then
spell slots.
a
They
Kendrick,
need
bunch of other
spell
shit.
slots for that, though.
Yeah,
They need
it's a
spell
third level
slots
spell
for that.
slot.
Kendrick, imagine you
Yes.
just standing there and you see Tempid run by like
Into the void.
Yeah.
120 feet of just zoom.
So you guys group up back with the party. Stellis and Cramer, you see Tempid visually shaken, and Gaba kind of giving him like a side eye as you walk up together.
Oh, hey, there you guys are. I was wondering where you might have gone off to.
What exactly happened? Ignoria said she hired you for some work, but I don't exactly believe that explanation.
Neither of us do, trust me.
Yeah. It's just nothing crazy.
Are you sure? You seem a little bit out of it right now.
Let's just say it was a strange experience for both of us.
Yeah, easy for you to say. It was just more that Lebellion mage, stuff.
Oh, hey, speaking of Lebellion maids, did you question Ignoria about anything we saw down in the sewers? Or that altar?
No, not really, but didn't really feel the need to.
Alright then. Well, you look like you could use some rest, so,
What do you mean? I'm fine. I'm fine. Tempid's gonna like just kind of bounce a little bit and try to shake himself off.
Everything's fine. Smile.
is dying inside.
It's the equivalent of when you just finished your project at like 4:30 a.m.
saving throw. Give me a Constitution saving throw.
You actually wanted to make a Constitution saving throw.
Tempid -1 RNA. Give me a Constitution saving throw. To not start shivering.
Sorry, Tempid -2 RNA. Fuck.
Dumb bitch. You don't get to keep that
Tempid
dice,
minus
by the way.
19.
So you got it. Nice. You managed to keep it together.
2 RNA.
You look extremely cool.
Well, alright then.
Keep in mind,
Well,
Cool
there's
as in
mages
cold?
here. There's also a religious paladin here.
Baba
Yeah.
Booey.
what
I
about
think I
it?
know what he's going for with that, but
I'm gonna stop giving this group. I'm just gonna stop
Hey,
giving hints in general. I'm gonna let my players figure it out.
James,
Howdy.
don't like specifically answer it, but like, don't say it out loud, but like,
PogChamp.
PogChamp.
PogChamp dog gif.
would that be a
Nathan,
yes or no?
Nathan, whatever you just sent me, I'm replying to it with PogChamp.
No, like actually, is that a yes or no?
You're still getting PogChamped.
I really just got fucking PogChamped.
Oof.
PogChamp.
All right, that I was wondering if they could tell because of that, but no, that makes sense.
Since I guess you're fine, maybe Cramer would like to fill you in on what we heard a bit earlier. Sounded a bit interesting.
There's a mill
So-
smile.
Cramer, would you like to explain? Or
Oh boy. I think it would be better if you explained. You seem to know more about it. After all,
We
you
were
are
both
kind of the one who
there.
heard it in the first place.
we were both there. What do you mean?
Oh, you're talking about the werewolf. I thought you were talking about
Yes.
the other thing.
Werewolf.
Oh, I'll explain that later, but this is something we can act on immediately.
Yes, apparently there's a werewolf that's been terrorizing the mill.
Hmm.
And we wanted to go see if we could go take care of it for them, since it might help them out a bit. The
We got time to
blacksmith there
burn.
seemed to be in a bad mood because of it.
We got time to burn, don't we? Why don't we?
That's what we said. We got time to spend.
Alrighty,
Sure,
gentlemen.
I'm down.
Plus, if we do a decent job of it, we might make a little bit of money off it. So
Alright. I just want to mention that by now, it is about the afternoon. In game, the day is about to tick over, essentially, and you essentially will be, the only thing you'll be able to do is go to one more area, do one more interaction, and then you'll have to go to the next day. I would like to explain how the time thing works. You currently have, I believe it is 7 days to work with, and I believe you have already spent 1 from being in the dungeon, so you have 6, and then after this day ticks over, you will have 5 days left. How this
Gotcha.
I'm planning for this to work is you can skip days to like refresh shops. You can spend the days just doing like RP stuff, but essentially 5 days will need to pass. Events will occur in those 5 days, and shops will refresh, obviously. And once those 5 days are up, the dawn will return. You're allowed to just say, "Oh, I'll just like skip the day or whatever. I'll go do something else." But yeah, that is essentially how this will work.
all right. Wait, my thing is at night though, isn't it? So would that be after one more activity, or?
Yes, you will. Night will fall after one more activity. Yes.
Okay. So after we investigate a little bit, though, I'm going to have something else to contend with. I'll explain that when the time comes.
So you guys are going to the mill?
That's what I figured, yeah?
Yeah.
Everyone's on board with it.
Mill time. Oh, there's a pizza ad. Oh, now I want pizza. But I don't want pizza because it makes me fat. Ugly. But I'm already fat and also ugly. Alright. Several people buzz around the mill, trying to make sure everything is in working order. Things constantly popping and creaking make it sound much louder and out of place in a setting such as this quiet town. A hat fork and a wide-brimmed hat stands near the top of the mill, muttering to himself about a man that keeps breaking in and breaking things.
Hey, buddy. What's all the hubbub about?
What do you want? Ah. He will look you up and down, noticing the feathers. You four must be the boys that they sent to help me out with my little problem.
I don't recall it being sent here specifically, but we were here about the problem, yes.
Yeah, I don't... He'll kind of like glare at you. What do you know about the problem?
The man working at the blacksmith let us know about...
a wolf, specifically of the were kind.
And are you here to antagonize me like that little tree stump, or are you actually here to believe me? I'm telling you, there's a wolf in these parts. I see him every night breaking into my damn mill.
We're here to find out if the wolf is real or not, rather than antagonize you. We plan on finding it, and if we do find it, we're going to take care of it.
I assure you it's real. I'm even ordering mills from I'm even ordering 8 pots from the Eastern District, so that if that little bastard tries to come up here again, he'll have a burn of a lifetime. And then when he tries to turn back into a human, boom! He's caught red-handed. Quite literally, if I do say so myself. And he'll kind of like stroke his chin, looking proud of that joke.
I'll give a good hearty laugh.
I see the Goblin's got a good sense of humor. By the way, the rest of you seem deadbeat serious. Lighten up a little, will ya? Seem like you just had a meeting with God or something.
I'm just a little more... I'm just out of it right now, that's all. It was funny.
You just need to get through the week.
Yeah, I've had a bit of a rough day myself, so...
Tempid just has a bad hangover, pretty much.
A
hangover from God. Tempid, bro. You look cute.
Bro. It's just no.
Yo.
It's just bro. Yeah.
Bro.
If you want to find out...
You came in?
I have no idea where you could find out information about the damn wolf, but there's bound to be someone in this town that knows something about it. I can't exactly leave the mill, because if I leave, these idiots might pop something loose again, and I need to yell at them. Additionally, I don't know when those parts are gonna arrive, so I'm stuck here for about the next week.
Well, let's see if I can't help out a little bit to speed up the process. Okay, so I'm going to use Solar Winds. I believe I have 2 uses of that left right now.
Nodders? I am nodding?
I'm just going to see if I can figure out about where the wolf is. So,
Roll it.
it's a... Oh, I got a 6, dang.
Nice 6.
6.
Nice 6, nerd.
Mildly hazy, though there seems to be something in the darker sides of the town, where the drunkards lie, or perhaps where the zealots roam. Not sure. Perhaps money is involved.
And the voice will fade.
Well, that wasn't cryptic at all, now was it?
Good.
Shoot. Money involved, so, would that be probably the...
Don't ignore me.
Would that be maybe the other side of town? The richer side of town, maybe?
You
Near
mean the
a
north
bar or
side?
something? Yeah, north side. Maybe. Darker side of town, though. Where would that be?
And by town, I will say that it's referring to the south side.
Oh, okay. It's... If I believe it's somewhere in a bit of a darker place, and something to do with money involved. Maybe it's near the gambling hall.
The gambling hall? You think werewolves
Just a
actually like to
guess.
gamble? I'd say we make a stakeout.
It's not a poor idea, but I have something else I need to take care of tonight. So if you guys were to plan that, I wouldn't be around to help with it.
Look, I could probably stay up and just keep watch. I probably won't engage the wolf, but I think I could have a fair chance of just taking a few hits from it.
Okay, question. How does lycanthropy work here? Is it contagious?
I can't answer that.
Yo,
Okay, what is that not common knowledge?
No, it's
Werewolf
not.
Goblin. Werewolf Goblin. Let's go.
Actually, from what I just heard, it probably wouldn't be common knowledge.
Okay, fair. Bless you.
Bless you.
Actually,
Dude,
weirdly,
Werewolf
could I somehow do
Goblin.
a check about that?
Oh yeah, you could just literally ask.
What
You could
type of
ask
check would
God.
that be?
Or,
Are
like,
you
would I be able
smart
to ask
enough
out
to
in my
ask?
head?
Roll intelligence.
I have a 15 in intelligence.
Give me
Don't
a
question it.
nature or a history.
Let's see what's higher.
I believe it would be history, because I think nature is wisdom.
Give me an acrobatics check.
They're both intelligence, and that means it's both +2. Give
Give
an
me a
acrobatics.
combat check.
Acrobatics to flip over the knowledge. Let's go!
That was a
foot.
5.
What the
Literal
frick? Okay.
5, by the way.
Oh, that was acrobatics. I was very confused for a second.
Alright, now you're gonna roll on that one.
11.
That's essentially 2 nat ones. Wow.
My flip negates the nat 1.
Give me a nat 20 flip right now, and I'll allow you to re-roll that 11.
Is he just doing?
Unfortunate.
Is he literally just doing backflips in place to think?
Yeah, it's like
Yeah.
it's like, you know how I walk around to speed up my thinking process. Tempid just flips.
Bro, you do that too? I like pace. It's awful.
I pace all the time. I love it. I like walking. But anyway,
I
an
literally
11
jump in place when
an
I
11
need to
is
think. That is my
insufficient.
thing.
Wait, I have to respond to James' photo earlier.
What?
Hmm?
Yeah.
Look
an
at James'
11
photo earlier. I gotta respond to it.
Oh,
Nice. An 11 will be insufficient.
okay. Can I make a history check?
Sure.
I love that cat so much.
Do I have proficiency in history? Let me check.
PayPal
Can I have
me
a proficiency?
30,000 USD.
Yeah.
I do have proficiency in history. That's a +6.
Proficiency is
I got a 25.
Nice. High roller. All right. You will from that from what you were able to glean from your knowledge within Glane, where such creatures are common, well, not common, but more often seen than not. You know that there are many lycanthrope families who seem unable to avert their curse.
My question was whether it was contagious or not. Like,
How
if
would I
it
go?
bites Gaba. If it bites Gaba, is he going to turn into a werewolf?
Werewolf Goblin. Let's
Wait,
go!
hold up.
You do know that those born
Stup-
naturally as a werewolf are permanently in a sort of wolven form, but you know that the infected specifically are able to control such forms with practice.
Okay.
Hold the phone.
Do not
Speed
suggest...
half spider human werewolf Tempid.
No. No.
8-armed werewolf poggers?
Huh?
Max power.
Okay, listen, man.
Plot
Well, that
twist,
sounds
Cramer
cool.
was the werewolf.
Well,
Nathan, you just become the abomination from Darkest Dungeon.
While that sounds cool initially, doesn't basically every werewolf have a period it goes through where they can't control anything and attack
That's
everything
called the
inside?
full moon.
Okay, I mean, well, this obviously doesn't work full moon wise. It seems different.
Just be a goblin, SMH.
But wait, what's a good control of it? I get to be a rad half spider, half human, part werewolf.
My god. Technically, it wouldn't be part werewolf because that's not a thing, really.
Half
It's
human,
weird.
half spider, half werewolf. It just makes 100% cool.
Inside
the
you are two werewolves. One is a spider, one is a wolf.
You are gay.
You
It's a
are
wolf spider.
a spider wolf.
It's a wolf spider.
We don't even know
Wow.
if this was contagious or not. Why are we doing this?
It's a tarantula.
Wolf. I'm a tarantula now. I'm a hairy spider.
Hairy spider.
Well, anyways,
Hairy spider. Hairy spider.
if you three wish to go look around for it, that is fine. Just don't get
Can I make an
yourselves...
investigation check to see if I can find any clues?
Around the place?
Yeah,
Roll.
I haven't done any rolling today. I did roll. I did bad.
High
Wolf spider
roller
pog. Wolf spider pog.
is what I would say. You are sadly not a high roller. You are a
I am
cringe
sadly
roller.
not a high roller. I find nothing.
Sajga.
Watch this. Watch this natural, easy investigation.
Man.
If you roll a nat 1,
You observe that the mill is made of steel, and the half-orc is made of half-orc. Wow.
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 And that the half orc is half orc.
That is still insufficient. You are
I'm
still
going to make a second roll.
you are
I'm
still
doing
very sure you are not allowed to make a second roll. Fuck you.
I did it anyways.
It was insufficient anyways. Stellis,
Yeah?
would you like to join the chaotic stupid?
Yeah,
Or would you like to go
insufficient.
home?
This.
You got the same thing.
Sure, what the heck?
Done.
I'm,
Insufficient.
Okay, please. We're relying on you here.
I'm checking if I'm proficient in
Insufficient.
investigation.
Insufficient. Insufficient. Insufficient.
Insufficient.
Insufficient.
Insufficient.
Is a 15 insufficient?
That is insufficient.
Just be a high roller like me.
Dude, we're just four idiots who don't know how to look for clues.
Just be a high roller like me.
Insufficient by 1. Oh, by the way, Nathan, Tempid, I forgot to tell you this, but you are now able to actively communicate with Sout at a much higher rate. So like when Gaba tried to communicate with his god, it was about a 10% chance. For you, it would be probably about a 70%.
I feel like he'd get annoyed if he bothered him too much, though, right?
So that works.
I
Uh,
mean, he is
technically.
technically his first follower, so
How obvious would
Not
it
his
be?
first follower.
Not his first follower.
Not his
for
first
the first
anything, really.
blast.
Except for Star.
Arcus.
It's essentially you're his assassin. You're his contract. And as the god of contracts, you will make sure that he gets what he wants. And if you are to fail, it is simply one more drop in the mortal coil.
How obvious can I make it if I contact him?
Yeah, you can just pray. You don't have to make an open display of praying. You can just be like, "Shout, please, help, help, bro, please."
Help me! I need some help. I'm being
I think Tempid
attacked.
would be very interested to see if it works, so I think he would actually ask about these werewolves. So Tempid's gonna kind of pray to himself.
Pray.
Let's see if I can actually connect to Sal. You're fucking kidding me, really?
Unfortunate. He does not answer. The phone line appears to be busy.
Beep, beep, beep.
Please hold.
You hear his ringtone, and it's just the Attack on Titan theme.
No, it's just fucking Papa John's pizza, dude. Do you love serving Sout? Well, you can get a job here right now. Contact the local manager today to see how you can become a Star Blessed.
And then it just cuts to Tempid being the advertiser.
Oh, I thought it would cut to a
Wow,
whole
I
music.
love being Star Blessed
it just
so
cuts
much.
it cuts to the royalty-free music.
It's pretty much just all I can see now is just a Gordon Ramsay sound. It's fucking raw as he crushes their throat.
It's Tempid dressed as a werewolf as Sal just crushes the throat.
Yeah. It is now nighttime.
Why'd that actually?
Where would you guys like to sleep? And Tempid and Stellis, would you like to keep your part of the deal and actually go to Ignoria?
Yeah, actually, I'm just gonna tell Cramer. Can you explain to the other two what's going on? Since I feel like I should probably get going pretty soon.
James, mind if I head out as well?
Alright, where are you gonna go?
I might actually go to the tavern as well. Just not with like Jalen. I might
Which
actually
tavern?
just go.
There's
the,
three of them.
Western.
Smile. Western District. Cringe.
Thundergall Gamer.
Not even gonna go Gamba.
dun, 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 dun. Let's just. I'm going to the Western Tavern to steal Jalen's money and then go to the gambling hall.
I can grab some fucking Gamba.
Nathan, you have 2 minutes.
Alright, so I assume Gaba and Cramer are gonna go to sleep.
I'm gonna like find a place to make a stakeout.
Oh, so you're gonna get some cool shit. Alright, nice.
Yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I was gonna stick with him anyway. Staking out's the best way.
So you two are making a stakeout?
Yeah.
Alright, I gotta find something real quick. One moment, please.
There's a blowing.
Alright, so you can make a stakeout near any of these buildings. I'm gonna set up the stakeout stuff first, and then I'm gonna do whatever the hell Tempid's doing, and then I'm gonna do Stellis.
Okay.
And then I'm probably gonna end the session.
Yep, it is almost 10. Well, it's already 10.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's 10 on my end. Sorry.
Yeah,
sorry.
it's
9
about
on your
9
end.
for us, but yeah.
Pick a spot.
So where is the mill?
The mill is off to the left. It's that little ovalish thing near the dock.
O? Wait, the O?
No, not the O near the dock. The PB is the Peddler's Bazaar, and then off to the left, it's bottom left, essentially.
Bottom. Okay. So I think we'll set up in the O. Like,
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Oh, so you're both sitting up in there?
I mean,
Yeah,
yeah, why not?
it's the
Alright.
closest
Actually,
thing to the
It's
left.
not a good idea to split up. We have learned that.
Yeah, before I leave, I think I'm actually gonna ask them what they're doing. I'm not really gone.
Well, we're gonna be staking out to see if we can find the werewolf when it comes here. Apparently, if it comes here, staking out's clearly the best way to find it.
Well, do you guys really need another one here? I was planning on just, I don't know, going to the tavern again. If you guys want an, extra pair of hands, I don't mind fighting. Actually, if you can guarantee something, I would probably end up staying. Just, also, now that I notice it, where did Stellis go?
He's dead now. Rip Stellis.
Rip Stellis! Stellis dead now.
Cramer Fortnite. Now his bone dragon starts Fortnite dancing. Stellis, are you gonna stake out with him?
No, Stellis is going to
No.
the thing.
Yeah, so,
He might come back after he finishes up, but
Aw, cringe.
continuing that, so, is there any reason I should, most likely stay, or should I end up, going? I probably,
I don't know, pal. Whatever Stellis is doing could seems pretty important as well. But I'm just sticking out because I thought it'd be I'd be the one. But Kramer's also joined me.
yeah, no one actually said what Stellis is doing. What is he doing anyways?
Got no clue.
Cramer?
I have no idea.
I asked about the.
No one listens.
Should
He's defending his partner.
Should I actually go follow him, or no?
No, leave him to his thing. He'll be fine.
Alright, guess I won't go to the tavern tonight anyways.
Sometimes
Okay.
I wonder whose side Cramer is on.
So what you gonna do?
I'm staying with them now.
So if you're staking out, I must ask, are you going to stake out inside the mill or somewhere else in the city to kind of cover more ground?
I mean, what if we do on top of the mill?
Well, actually, I was thinking about this,
We can just use your spider webs to make grounding to sit on.
I was
And
out of
drop on
everyone
'em.
here, I have better mobility than you guys.
You also have haste.
Much better mobility.
Yeah.
You're literally talking to a goblin and a near skeleton.
Oh, that's meta. No meta.
Well, he said near skeleton
No meta.
because of the whole thing that happened.
He doesn't know that though. He
He's
still thinks he's Cramer the bald man.
He's just
Oh,
a
no.
skeleton in a flesh suit.
No.
Your mom's a
He's
skeleton in a flesh suit.
Every human.
is a skeleton.
I'm not.
Guys, watch out behind you. There's a skeleton. It's your fault.
It's you.
Okay. What if I actually...
My
that's actually a
mom's
good
dead.
idea.
Of course she is.
That actually is a good idea. What if we set up...
I could out. Oh,
What if we set up Gaba actually inside the mill on some webs, and then me, on the roof of a nearby building?
I mean, we can do that.
That'd be
What
the
if
best
we
thing
set up some?
strategy-wise.
What if we have some web traps though, to slow them down?
James.
howdy.
You said the mill is the big bulb on the bottom left, right?
Yep.
Alright. Where's the entrance?
The entrance is just at the front of the bulb.
Which side is the front?
Right.
Cool, thank you. That's what I was imagining. Okay, best positioning to me here is... Let me see. Where would... my main question is, I don't know where I'd put Cramer.
I'm everywhere. Put me everywhere. I'm omnipotent.
Oh, I'm serious. Where would we put Cramer?
In the sea. Throw him off the docks. Give him a fucking
Hey,
witch trial, dude.
Hey, I haven't seen you at school today. Kick her down the stairs. Kick her down the stairs.
I love that video. Kick her down the stairs. 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 Do it. Kick her down the
Do it.
stairs.
Kick her down the stairs.
I fucking love it. That video is great.
It is great. Okay, I'm thinking here. I know, rare.
You
We're
said it,
ordering
not
a
me.
steak.
Steak.
Cock.
Yo, crazy.
All right, so let's see here. Where would you guys want Cramer to be positioned? Honestly, if we had Gaba inside, we'd want Cramer nearby, but I don't think he should be really like rooftop.
Don't know, man.
Cramer.
I'm here for the wild ride.
Yeah, I need you inside. Actually, idea.
Okay,
Goblin
what you
becomes-
got?
Goblin becomes werewolf.
All right.
Has no suitable cosmetics because they all deform. Sag.
So, what I'm thinking.
Yo, thinking? Holy moly!
So, did it post?
Hold on, we can't allow thinking here.
This is
It didn't
chaotic
post.
stupid, not chaotic
Whatever.
smart. God.
Whatever.
I
Okay.
refuse.
I was gonna say, let Tempid be on the roof of the building directly to the right. Gaba and Cramer can stay in the middle. Let's have Cramer webbed up a little higher and have Gaba actually stake out in the actual bottom.
Already?
Because I do have range spells.
You have range spells, and we could actually probably either intercept it, and then if I need to, we can probably get you down via webs.
Yeah, we can.
So,
I'm the tank.
yeah,
I take damage.
so you can probably block off stuff, and then I could basically provide support from behind, basically making a pincer attack. If he goes in from the front anyways. Which I don't assume he will, but then I could probably redirect where I am based off of the roof. Cramer, just being in the middle, in the top of the middle, would probably be able to do that. I would need Gaba specifically in the front for right now. So if the werewolf comes from the other side, we could actually set up some sort of web traps there.
All right. So,
Actually, let's reinforce the doors.
what I'm assuming is like you have Cramer on top of the mill, Gaba kind of like standing bodyguard, and then you on the top of that building.
More like inside in the
Okay.
higher up in the mill for Cramer. I
Werewolf
am on the other
Gaba.
side of on the right side building.
So they're both in the mill. All right.
Yeah, they're both in the mill.
All right. So, let me explain what happens. So as night falls, and then
Oh, by the way, I'm gonna reinforce the bottom of the Is there two sets of doors, like one on the middle, one
it's
on
like
the
a
bottom?
double. It's like a double door.
All right, can we
It's very
reinforce the
cool.
doors with sticky webs then?
Sure.
All right, that is going to take a charge then. Cool.
You lock your friends inside. Smile.
And then, never mind. I'll get you down, Cramer, if we need to. All right, I'm good to go.
Werewolf Booba.
As night falls, and the lanterns of the town are lit, and the fireflies begin to come out, and the world begins to kind of like flash here, flash there. You are able to see various people milling about in the night. However, one man sticks out in particular. He's rather large, and as well due to your
See?
spider eyesight, you're able to see a large, hairy man, seemingly about to walk towards the mill. However, in an instant, he will spot you and turn around and head towards the church. As you have spider eyesight and have perfect vision, you are able to see an animal-like glint in his yellow eyes.
Damn it, I haven't fully gone into my soul knife ability, so I can't contact them.
I mean, if you have that ability as just like a subclass thing, you can use it. Unless you want to like RP and be very poggers.
No, I want to RP with it, and I haven't awoken specifically into it quite yet.
Poggers RP.
So, Tempid. Oh god, oh my god, is Tempid got a rooftop run?
Would you like
temple
to?
run, temple run, temple run, temple run.
Tempid, is the black shark house within jumping distance?
As you are a spider and are able to do so, yes.
Has the
Sweet.
time come for an acrobatics check with plus 14?
Give me Constitution saving. No, I'm just kidding.
Fuck,
Give me
no!
acrobatics.
Roll the nat one.
This is the moment he's been waiting for.
If
ever
you
since
nat
we
one, I'm
started.
making you. I'm fucking insta downing your character. By the way.
No. You know that scene from Spider-Man where Peter jumps and he thinks he has his spider powers, but just like breaks his back.
Yeah. Oh my god!
God.
It's like the burning
thinking-
building. There's like
The
I'm
thing
gonna
I'm thinking
die.
of. The thing I'm thinking of is SAO Abridged, where he's like, well, the first thing I thought of was, man, that's a weird dagger. The second thing I thought of was, oh shit, a window.
Oh shit! A cup.
Yo, a window.
I'll find it. Yeah, I'm gonna acrobatics check it.
All right, don't die. That was dangerously close. Monk Giga.
That was very close.
Oh,
All right. Using your superior mobility, you scramble from roof to
Superior.
roof, barely making it across. You jump from the top of the black shark not the top of the you jump from the top of the warehouse to one of the what are they called? Balcony to one of the balconies outside the black shark house onto one of the housing districts until you drop down onto the church. Oh hey.
I got disconnected, my bad.
Until you drop down to the church. Rushing inside.
Church, what?
Well, you're going to the church, right?
I mean, sure, I didn't think I was gonna drop inside, though.
No, you jump from the Black Shark House into the neighboring little housing district thing that's right next to it, to the left, and then you ran across and then jumped down and are entering the church from the front.
So I'm entering the church.
Yeah.
Okay, I wasn't planning on entering the church.
Oh, okay. Would you like
I was
to do
gonna
something
more
else
like,
then?
I was gonna more like stay up on the top, like just gazing into the windows.
As you gaze into the windows of the church, you are able to tell that, for the most part, it is broken and torn down. Greenery seemed to run about like wildlife, making the place look more like a greenhouse than a pantheon to the nine. Though, for the most part, you cannot tell what's in there, as debris has clouded most of the windows, and rubble fills the rooms. You need a closer look, essentially.
I wish there was a way to contact the other two. Tempid's gonna start like trying to really think on how we could contact them.
Run back.
Sure, actually.
Temple run.
Right. And as you run back... Ba-da-na-na-na-na! Meanwhile, in Stellis land... Hey.
Alright, so have I just been walking towards the place?
Yeah, you're at the tavern now. To give a bit of timeline
Okay.
perspective, they would be on their... Like, Tempid would just be, like, finishing up with his thing as you are arriving at the tavern.
Okay, so just to be safe, before I walk in, I'm putting up Rune of Absorption and Rune of Reflection.
Alright.
I
Man, really?
just want to be safe.
Really?
Mega
I don't
puzzle.
want to die. What the? I'm being cautious. We have a rest in like immediately after this. Why would I not?
I cast fucking, I cast my noble rune of Ballarat or whatever. This big
Please
shield.
walk in, cast Rune of Mimicry on the entire tavern.
I cast Rune of Mimicry on myself. I send myself in. I walk away. Smile. Shem.
God.
You walk into the tavern, it's fairly empty, save for Ignoria.
You cast Root of Toxic Gas.
So you decided to show up, darling.
I did. I figured
Wait
I
a
wouldn't...
minute. Wait a minute.
What?
Can't she
What?
sense magic?
That is
Not
correct.
outside of it, I'm assuming. What? Why did
She
she answer
can.
Nathan?
Yeah, stupid.
Hmm.
Dude, she knows you cast protection spells.
And this was a pretty obvious trap setup, so I'm pretty sure that's easily explained.
Oh, now she's even more. Okay. Alright, go in. Sure.
She charmed me before. I'm pretty sure I'm allowed this much.
That's fair,
Or
actually.
attempted to.
Scrivener's always such cautious people. What, did you really need to spend two of your runes just to protect yourself from a blind old woman?
Well, judging by the fact that blind old woman tried to charm me earlier today, I figured I should take any precaution I had.
I suppose there's not much in keeping it from you. But you must make me a promise, yes? Hide what I'm going to tell you, and I will let you leave here unscathed. We have a deal.
We have a deal.
Out of character, is that an actual deal that you're going to make?
Hmm? Oh, you're asking if I'm actually making a pact here?
Yep. Or are you attempting to lie to her?
Okay.
Oh, I'm-
Alright, Jalen, I'm not gonna try to metagame here. I'm just gonna say this. Be very careful in what you choose.
I know.
No, I think I know.
The
Yeah.
question
Are you
is...
making a true pact, or are you attempting to lie to her?
Okay, the thing is, I'm going to make a pact, but I need to phrase it in a way to where I can find some loophole, basically.
Nope, that's not how that works.
That is not how this works in this world.
Nope.
This isn't genies.
You
These
make a
aren't
pact.
genies.
You follow through.
I'm fine, I make the actual pact.
Oh,
I'm just gonna go ahead and say it now, Jalen. Sat will get pissed if you do that. So now that you've
Yes,
made a
I
pact,
know
you have to
that.
keep.
As you say the words that you promise, you have chosen not to deceive Ignoria. Shadows will begin to swirl on the edge of the room, and a dark laughter will be heard faintly, as if it were merely the croak of a cricket.
I appreciate your honesty. Now, for what I assume you came here for. What would you like to know, darling?
Well, there are a few things. Firstly, those flame guard that I mentioned earlier. What exactly did you do to them?
I have a bit of a deal worked out with the Dawn, you see. I am not exactly human.
And she will raise her arm and morph it into a massive greatsword.
I'm a slime mimic. I prefer to feed on human flesh, as it what allows me to upkeep all the things I must do in this city. It's tiring work, and when the dawn doesn't leave me with food, I must hunt it down myself. Originally, I was planning to slaughter you lot, because why not? But that giant ball of flesh, the Ashen Brawler, seemed like much more of a meal to me. So I suppose you owe me a thank you.
Well, I suppose I do then, don't I? Thank you for being so generous as to not eat my friends and I against our will.
You're very welcome.
And she will give a curtsy.
Was it like a good curtsy, or was it one of those weak ass curtsies?
It's a curtsy.
Was it a good one?
I don't even know what you mean.
You don't even know what a curtsy is? Uncultured.
I know what a
one is.
curtsy is. I don't know what the
Not you,
hell you're
James.
talking about.
Yeah,
Not you,
Are you
James.
guys talking about the curtsy kick TF2?
okay.
I'm talking.
Anyway,
Did she barely curtsy, or she actually give like a
dress,
normal curtsy?
She bowed like slightly, like fucking 75-degree angle. I don't know.
yeah, I don't think it doesn't make that big
It's
of a
not a
difference.
full bow.
Passable. Continue on.
Well, it does in some cultures, depending on how you bow. It just shows
It
the level of
does.
respect.
It does.
Well, since it wasn't
also does in
specified
Narafel.
Oh, what? Huh? Well, then
Yeah.
what do you
See,
mean?
Jalen. See, was it a weak curtsy or not?
She called you a bitch.
Whatever. Okay.
Anything
Stellis
else you would like to
is-
know?
Yes. About a little elf that we saw in here while you were out.
Oh, you mean Adelon?
No, not the one that she madnessed.
Oh, her, the slaver. Ah, yes. I don't allow people such as her into my tavern. So, I devoured her, quite simply. And
She was a
as for her
slave.
mind control, I can show you how that works if you would like.
I don't like the wording of that.
Just say that don't use it on me, but can you show me how to?
I'm just going to say, you know, I don't exactly like how you worded that.
I assure you, if your group is as strong as I think you are, it should mean you've no threat.
Hmm.
Simply come here, and I will teach you the secret.
Yo, Jalen, we gotta finna get a kiss from the big titty slime man.
Okay, that's definitely not what's happening here. Alright, Stellis walks up to her, I guess.
Right.
Not sure if it's a good idea or not, but we'll see.
All right. She will kind of like tilt your chin up with with her finger across the bar, and without opening her eyes for but a moment, gaze into your eyes. You can feel it even though they are not open, and in a flash, red. She will open her eyes and gaze directly into your very being. Wisdom saving throw.
Great. What was my wisdom again?
Nat
That was
20,
zero.
nat 20, nat 20.
That's not a smooch. That's not a smooch.
Alright, I'm fishing in it, so that's +2.
Not a smooch.
Stop being horny, Start being horny, Nathan.
Is that sufficient?
No.
I gotta recheck my modifiers. Thankfully, I still have the sewer open. Buggers. It was 8 plus proficiency, which would be 2, so 10, plus my wisdom, which is a plus 3. That will make it perfectly.
Thank God.
Whew.
As you likely know by now, I am nothing ordinary. I am one of the Libellian maidens, a servant to Libel, a most glorious lord, if you will. And she will release you. She'll keep her eyes open and kind of gaze around the room. It feels nice not having to blind myself. I know the others take more extreme methods. The Paladin sews herself shut so she can serve her people. The sheriff has simply removed his eyes altogether and jangles them around like dice. Truly foolish of them, if you ask me. What do you think of them?
Is that an actual question?
He doesn't know about them.
I suppose you don't care.
It's more
Though
like
very
I
well.
don't have much of an answer for you.
She'll kind of flick an arm towards you, and in a flash, a stinger will stab out, I suppose, and attempt to stab you in the arm. Not
Great.
lethally, just kind of like a needle. Do you choose to avoid it or no?
Is that a question? I
Yeah.
would think I would try to dodge it.
Dexterity saving throw then.
Stellis is a wuss.
Close a bitch. I'm gonna roll to hit. Blah blah. Blah blah.
Wait.
This is
So
strength
am I
character.
making a dex save or is it against my AC?
Beat that bitch.
Ow.
Yeah, I think I'm getting hit. That's definitely above my AC.
Just stand your ground.
You can
and
dex
keep-
save that. You can dex save that if you'd like.
I can?
Yeah.
Oh,
Dex
Okay,
save. Or
then.
say it.
Just
Yeah.
to see how high you
Wait,
get.
not.
I
Additionally,
literally-
by the way,
I literally-
fight?
I literally can't beat that. I have a +1 to dexterity, so that's 21 max on
Just
that.
Just flash it, roll.
roll a 20. Just roll a 20.
Just roll a 20.
And because you have nice. Because you have shields up, I will allow you advantage on this roll.
Okay.
Just roll a 20.
Just roll a 20.
Just roll a
bitch.
20.
Ah!
Oh!
Unfortunate.
Dang it.
Alright.
Just add them, lol.
The needle, the stinger will. Alright, Ignoria's stinger will shatter through your barriers. In a gasp before you can barely
Yes,
react. It will pierce your arm. And you will feel something be injected inside of you.
Great.
Your eyes begin to swim with red. But for a moment, you cannot even see. But it passes. And you can see perfectly, if not more clearly. You now have the ability Lebellion's Eye. And in addition to this, you have advantages on all checks involving sight.
Okay, let me check that.
Take it as a gift
Dude.
from me to you. I don't mean to be so cruel, but not many people are trusting of a Lebellion maiden, and I prefer to take my liberties when I can. I hope you were not too attached to that elf. Though she might have had something to do with your past, that you would not have liked her for long.
Wait, do you know more about her?
I do. She's a slave trader, specifically in the Antac black market. Her personal specialty is capturing tieflings.
Do you know if she had anything to do with me, personally, or
Maybe
is
not
that
you
just a
yourself,
blanket statement?
but possibly your relations. Your father, for example, was caught by her some years ago. And so I thought I'd do you a little favor by tearing her limb from limb.
Ah, well, do you know anything else about what might have happened?
I'm afraid
my
I do
father.
not. My knowledge only goes from the gossip that floats within my tavern.
Alright. Well, thank you very much for sharing what you know, and for your blessing, I suppose. And I just kind of tap my arm.
It was my pleasure. I haven't had tiefling blood in quite a while. Farewell
Oh
now.
my.
She did take some of your blood, by the way.
Yeah, figured.
Right. And
She
thus,
wouldn't have
you leave the
spider blood?
tavern and go back to join your friends. And when we pick up next time, we will
Oh,
start
Dragon
off,
Ball Z.
yeah, on the temptation of Malignity Z. We will start off with the stakeout and the hunt for the werewolf.
Saren episode, please.
Oh, you guys are gonna really like next episode. All right, thank you all for playing. I hope you enjoyed it. I will be uploading the VODs today. I will be uploading the VODs
Episode.
today, for both last week and this week that I missed. Everything will get uploaded today. I apologize for all that. And yeah,
Cool.
I hope you guys enjoyed this week's session.
God, dude.
Stop recording.
Dude.